Good evening and welcome to Saturday Night Gaming with Mark W. and Rob Bob. I am the always host of this stream, Mark W. And my son, Mr. Rob Bob, is also here today. Say hello, Rob Bob.
Hello.
He doesn't go on cam because he's too good looking for the world. But yeah, tonight we're doing a board game stream. Every once in a while, we deviate from video games and play some tabletop games of some sort. Oftentimes, we do game books. We've done Tunnels and Trolls in the past. We played that Beowulf game book recently. Rarely do we do proper board games, though. We did it, I think, only once before when we played The Awful Green Things from Outer Space. Did we do any others? I think that's the only board
I
games we
think
did.
that was it.
Yeah. So tonight we're gonna play up to 4 games. We don't know exactly how many, but we're gonna go for 4, and they are the games you see above me right up here. These are all games that are good and fast and easy and fun. So I thought it would be a good thing to do. It's just, maybe just at least for this stream, avoid anything that would take, say, 2 hours or more. Each of these games should take, I would say, in the ballpark of 15 minutes to 1 hour each. This game that I have set up is called Can't Stop, and we're going to start with that one. This is a game we've been playing once in a while lately. It's a lot of fun. It is a 1980 game by a designer named, I believe, Sid Saxon. Let me check that real quick. I believe he made this game. Sid Saxon, yeah, he's a designer. He died in 2002, by the way. But his probably most famous game is called Acquire, which I was just talking to somebody about today on Twitter. I was saying, you know what? I've never played Acquire. It's a shame. Uh, but maybe I'll try that someday. Or I don't even have a copy, so maybe I'll buy a copy someday. But anyway, this is another game of his that's really cool. It's called Can't Stop. So why don't I go over how to play very briefly to our vast viewing audience of 0 viewers right now. Woohoo! Let me tell people I'm live now. I'm in various chats and stuff in which I
Mm.
advertise the game, the streams. Yeah,
Because YouTube notifications are not trustworthy.
that's right. I have a few people repeatedly tell me that even though they turn on YouTube notifications to see my streams, they don't always get the notifications. But it's a shame, but it is what it is, I guess. Yeah, but let's begin with Can't Stop. I will tell you how to play. So first of all, Rob Bob, why don't you pick a color to play?
Okay, I'll pick
Let me show you guys the
green.
color. We got purplish, blue. Rob Bob's holding the green. He's going to choose green. And another option is yellow. So you choose green?
Yeah, I choose green.
Okay, here you go. I'll choose yellow because that looks nice and bright on the camera. And the goal of this game is, we each have our own colored cones. These are our pieces. I have yellow and he's green. And the goal is to get 3 of your cones from
Oh, okay.
the starting line of. Let me get that for you.
I got
You
it.
got it. Um, the goal is to get 3 of your cones from the starting spot all the way to the number. So there are, as you can see, 2 through 12 numbers, and therefore there are 11 columns. Hopefully I counted that right. Yeah, it's basically 1 through 12 except for the 1. So that would be 12 minus 1 is 11. Hey, Ryan, how's it going tonight?
Yeah, because you can't roll a 1 on 2 dice.
Right, so I'm going to get to that next, is that you might notice that those numbers correspond to all the values you can roll, possibly on 2 different dice. So the idea is you want to progress your cones or your pawns, whatever you want to call them, along the number for the dice that you roll. And you actually roll not 2 dice, though, you roll 4 of them. So let me show you how this works. But the key thing in this game is a push your luck game. It's like a risk assessment game. You want to quit while you're ahead or you lose it all kind of a thing. And the way that works is you roll the dice on your turn. And now, so there's 4 dice, as you can see. You can come up with all the combinations among these 4 dice, and you can try to move a pawn along those values. So for example, here I could choose 3 and 8, or I could choose 6 and 5. It's always 2 different numbers. So say I choose 6 and 5. Now,
And you can't use the same die twice.
right, you can't use the same dice twice.
Because, yeah.
I thought that didn't have to go without saying. I thought that doesn't have to be said, but that's a good point. Not everybody would get that intuitively. But what you do is you take these white pawns. There's only 3 of them, and anybody can use these white pawns on their turn. They are the pacers or the runners or something like that. They're called something like that. And that's just used to keep track of how far you've gotten along on the numbers that you've chosen, on the column for the numbers you chose. And you don't use your regular pawns because you could lose your place if you fail later in the turn. And I'll explain what I mean by that. So for now, though, let's say I chose 5 and 6, right? Is that what I went with? 5 and
Yeah.
6. So now I have these runners on 5 and 6. And now what I can do is I can say I'm going to keep going or I'm going to stop. That's why this game is called Can't Stop, because it's about trying to keep going for as far as you want, for as long as you want to try to push your luck, and eventually stopping, quitting while you're ahead. But let's do another roll. So again, I roll a lot of 4s. 8 and 6, we're going to say I rolled. So because I have another runner available, there's 3 of them, I can put a runner on 8. But I also rolled a 6, so I can move the runner on 6 on another space. Exactly right, yes. I don't want to get into that though, right? But now I have all the runners on the board, all 3 of them. So I cannot move any runner. I can't place any new runners. Meaning, say I roll something like, to give an extreme example, all 6s. Now the only thing I can move along is the 12 column, which is something that is impossible because I don't have any more runners that are on the board. So what would happen is I lose that turn essentially, and all the progress I made with these runners is gone, and then Rob Bob would take his turn. But let's do another roll just for the fun of it. That's pretty much what I said I rolled. In this case, I could use an 8 because I have a runner on an 8, and then the 12 would get tossed. It would just get ignored. So I could do that and make a little more progress. And so maybe now I choose to stop while I'm ahead. So now my positions on the column are finalized. So now I take these, and now I'm always going to have at least these places on the column until somebody takes the column. Either I or Rob Bob do. And that's pretty much the game. When you make 3 guys, three of your pawns go all the way to the end, you've won, and that's that. Now, how does it interact when you have multiple players? Oh, well, you can race in the same column and just stack them like this. I realize with the overhead cam, it's hard.
You can't really see that.
Yeah, it's hard for you to see the stacked one. That's fine though. You can go like that to see it a little bit.
Yeah, just turn it.
And you could be racing in the same columns. One interesting thing is that the more rare numbers to roll, such as 12 and 2, take fewer spaces to claim the column. But the more common one, like 7, is the most common number to roll on 2 dice. That takes a whole lot of movements to claim. So it's kind of a balance that way. The more common numbers take a lot more rolls, and the rare ones take fewer. That's the gist of the game. Why don't we get into Rob Bob?
Okay.
All right, so we're going to take the yellow guy back. Shall we do a roll off to see who goes first?
Sure.
Okay,
so 2 dice.
Yep.
Whoever rolls higher. I roll a 3.
I got an 8, so I will go first. So now I roll the 4 dice.
Alright.
Alright, I can make this an 8 and 3, like this. I could say 6 and 5. Or I could just say 4 and 7. Let's go with 4 and 7 for the fun of it.
Okay.
So I got a runner on the 4 column and 1
7.
on 7. And I'm going to keep going. By the way, there's never any reason to stop if you still have a runner available. If you only have 2 of the runners on the board, there's always something you can do with this, no matter what I roll.
Oh, and how many do we need to get to the end to win?
3.
3, okay.
So this is a very interesting roll because I have some high numbers and very low. I could make 7 and 6, 2 and 11. 7 and 6 or 2 and 11. That's interesting. I already have 1 on 7, so maybe I'll use that with 7 and 6.
And then 6.
So I can move the 7 up and get a runner on 6. Okay, I will roll again. Alright, I could do 11 and 4. Fortunately, I rolled a 7, so I can make use of that. and then the 8 gets thrown away because they don't have another runner. Okay, and this gets to the point where you're like, well, do I want to try one more? It's always about, do I want to go just once more? I'm going to go
Well,
one more.
yeah. You gotta.
I think I blew it.
Did you?
7 and 8. No, I got 7, so that's good. I
Oh
moved
yeah,
7.
you have 7.
Okay, now I'm going to call it while I'm ahead. Quit while I'm ahead. So I have this guy here, and this guy here. And the
Okay.
dice are now Rob Bob's.
And
as
now
well
they're
as the
mine.
runners. Here you go. Here's your runners. Take your pawn.
Wait. So I'm gonna roll. I rolled. I can roll a 3 into 8. I think I'll do that.
Okay,
I can look at the other possibilities too.
Yeah, make
So I
sure you
get-
talk through all the possibilities. I would agree.
4. So I can get 3 and 8. Or sorry, 3 and 9.
All right, I'm lowering your volume.
4 and 8. I'm gonna do 3 and 9.
You're 9, he's going for.
So 3 and 9. That's not. Okay.
All right, keep going, Rob Bob. So I'll answer the question in the chat while Rob Bob's going. So Ryan asks, did
Oh.
you say he can land on your space? Yes, we can. We can take
So I
the
got
same space.
this
up.
time.
We stack.
I'm gonna do 11 and 3.
And welcome Arturo.
So 11, 3.
Arturo says, I'm rooting for Rob Bob. He looks like a decent person, not a falafel eater like Mark. So we got this little inside joke with Arturo and some of my friends from work, and you know, falafels are awesome, and Arturo has a strong distaste for falafel. So I renamed our Discord channel to Falafel Talk Only, or Falafel Chat Only. All right, so
I don't think I'm gonna go anymore because these are not very common
that's a good point.
ones.
Okay.
So I'm gonna end it here.
All right.
And I'm pretty much halfway through 3.
Yeah, you're pretty much halfway up the 3 ladder.
Almost, not yet.
Okay, I could do 4, which is good because I have one there, and 7, which I have as well. But the other option is 3 and 5. By the way, anytime you have a double, that means you only have 2 different options. If every value is unique, you have 3 different options. It's just the way the math works out, or the logic works out. But I'm going to go with 4 and 7. I like that. And you can see I have the runner on the board as well as my pawns, right? So the runners are keeping track of where I will be if I quit while I'm ahead. So if I screw it up, I'll drop the runner, but I'll still have this guy here. Okay, let's keep rolling. I had this game as an iOS app, by the way, and I had, that was my first exposure to it. But I think it was taken down from the App Store. I don't see it there anymore. Okay, so we can do 11 and 3. I could jump on the 3 train here. Or I could do 6 and 8, or 7 and 7 is pretty
7,
tempting.
yeah, that's pretty good.
Let's do it. 7 and 7.
So you're halfway through 7.
Halfway through 7. Excuse me. Let's keep rolling.
Gonna
'cause
keep going.
There's no reason.
Oh, you
not
still
to.
got that.
Yeah. Okay, it looks like I can do 7 and 2.
Ooh.
5 and 4, or 7 and 2. So I'm doing 7 and 2. Now I'm on the 2.
You
And
move
I'll
your
move
7.
7 up, and I will quit while I'm ahead.
You're very far ahead.
So Ryan asks, I'm confused how you'd lose your space. Yeah, let me explain. Say instead of the 2 and 7 right now, say I rolled 6, 5, 4, and then
6.
well, let's say I didn't. Let me start over. This is my what I roll where I am now, but I decide to roll again. This is hypothetical because I'm actually stopping. But now this is what I roll next. Now, among any of these numbers, I cannot make a move because what can I do? 8 and 11, or 10 and 9. But I have no runners on 8, 11, 10, or 9, and there's no more runners available, the white pieces. Therefore, I blow the turn, and I have to take back the white runners. And Arturo says, I have bacon and eggs for breakfast, but you nailed the other 2 meals. Oh, that's because earlier he said, Brian said, I picture Arturo eating huge steaks for breakfast, lunch, and supper. and nothing else. Okay. All right. So I'm quitting while ahead. Yellow is up here now. I'm satisfied with how I'm doing on the 7 track.
Okay.
And I need another yellow cone for the 2.
And it's my turn.
Go for it.
Let's see. I get.
You can go for 12.
I could go for 12. Could do 12 and 4, or 9 and 4.
12 and 4 or 9 and 4.
I think I'd do a 12 and 4.
All right.
So 12 and 4.
Oh,
You can do another 12.
we almost got 12 now.
So I guess I'm gonna do this. 12 and 6. So
Is there a firework?
yeah.
Another one. Don't mind my arm. I'm lowering our volumes again because we keep going in the red.
I don't know. Should I keep? I could keep going, or I could stop.
You want the people to vote?
They could.
All right, Ryan Arturo. He's deferring to you guys if you want. If you want him to stop,
Stop or keep going.
type stop, or if you keep going, type keep going. I think you should choose yourself, really.
Yeah. I'll keep going. I'll go one
All
more.
right, keep going. Oh, Ryan says stop. I'm
I'm
always
gonna go.
careful. Here's the thing: if you're careful, you'll make steady progress. But someone else who's risky could beat you.
Ooh. I got a I think I should have. Wait. No, I can get a 6.
Yeah, you got a 6.
So I'm
6
okay.
and 6, so 2 6.
So 2 6.
It's actually quite a move.
All right, and that's that. I'm stopping there.
Okay.
And then I don't have.
Now you're close to claiming the 12 already. By the way, Arturo voted to keep going.
Yeah, I saw.
If you ask Arturo, he's gonna say throw him in the dungeon.
He always says the most extreme answer.
What's that little bug doing right in the dice tray? All right, my turn. I'm hoping to maybe move 2 and 7, whatever I roll really. But all right, 7 and 4 I could do. Yeah, I've already got a guy on 4. What are the other options? So 3 and 8. That would be a 3 and 8. Or 7. I already said 7 and 4, right? 8 and 3 is an option. So I'll do 7 and 4. That makes sense for me. 7, 4. Keep
You're
rolling.
pretty close on 7.
I am. Alright, a bunch of 4s. When you have triples, it means you don't have any choices.
Yeah.
Because
So you have to do 8 and 5.
8 and 5, that's it.
So which one do you want to do?
Good question.
You already have, or I have a guy on 8.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. Or that's 9. Sorry, that's 9.
Sometimes it's about you want to think about like not having a tight cluster in case the dice roll different. I don't. I guess you have to consider the probabilities too as well. But basically, I'm gonna have something either close to 4 or close to 7, so it doesn't matter too much. I'll go with 8.
All right.
I'm gonna give it another roll. Okay, I can do 4 and 5. That'll move my 4 along, or 6 and 3. 6 and 3, I cannot do. I have no more runners.
So
4 and 5. Alright, I'm going to do one more, people.
all right. Better screw it up.
6 and 6.
You got a 7.
Oh, I can do a 7. I don't know why I only saw the 6 and 6. There's actually a couple options here, yeah.
Well, I
Should be
think
3.
you
7
don't-
and 5. What's that?
No, nothing.
3
nothing.
and 9. Yeah, so let's go 7 and 5, which just basically means move to 7. Arturo says, by the way, I'm going to stop right here. So let's move 7 up and the 4 up by 2. Those are both moved up by 2. And I have now a guy on 8. Bob goes, and I'm going to read Arturo's comment.
Okay.
Arturo says, not really. I eat like a man of action, but I'm a software developer, so my life is nothing like that of a man of action.
I could do
Hey.
7 and 7.
Software development can be very intense
I
sometimes.
could do 7 and 7, or I could do 8 and 6.
You're not going to challenge me on the 7 track.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get that. There's no way.
Eh,
But I have a guy on
it's
6,
possible.
and you're not that far on. Yeah, you're not that far on 8.
Yes.
So 6 and 8.
6 and 8.
Can't really see that.
That's
Whatever.
right.
Hoping for a 12.
12. Nope.
Nope, just one. 1, 6. I need 2. But I could do a 3.
Yes.
Could do a 3 and a 9. I'll do it. Just do a 3. Keep
Okay,
going.
moving along. 3. Keep going. Roll. I wonder if anybody's ever won this game in one turn. That would be awesome.
I doubt it. I mean, maybe someone. I don't know. Anyway, I can do a 6 and can do a 6. So do that.
Okay.
I'll go
yeah.
one more time.
While he's rolling, Arturo asks, "Who would you say is winning at this point?" Mark W and Rob Bob. I'm definitely doing nicely in 7.
Okay. Have 8 here.
It's hard to say because I don't have a ton going.
You got 8.
Well, I do have 4 doing pretty well.
I'm ending it there.
I would say I'm winning, but maybe I am just being overconfident or biased.
Well, you might be winning now, but I'm gonna
Sure.
win.
Well, yeah, things could change for sure. But I think I have a slight
I don't
edge.
need to.
But it's hard to tell, like the 12 doesn't get rolled too much, but all you need is one lucky roll and you've got it.
And same thing with the 3.
3, yeah. But you need 2 lucky rolls for that.
Yeah, 2.
Okay, I'm up.
Yeah. Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan asks, once you get a cone all the way up, it's safe, it can't be moved. Yeah, also nobody can ever move a guy on that column anymore. So like if I get the guy on 7, here's where I am. If I get him on 7, now 7 is done, nobody can apply the roll of a 7. It's like an invalid one.
I don't know why you'd want to anyway. 30.
Alright, I could do 7 and 11 or 10 and 8. I mean I do want to move along 7 obviously, so let's
do 7. You're almost there.
7 and 11 like the convenience store.
You can make it this turn maybe.
Maybe.
Unless you get really unlucky.
I could do 7 and
7 right there.
and that's it.
And that's it.
That's it. I got 7. 1, 2.
And you get to keep going.
Yeah. And to be clear though, I don't get that until I stop. If I keep going and I fail, then I do not have 7. But again, because I have a runner available that's not on the board, it's a no-brainer to keep going. This looks like it's a 6 and a 9.
Alright. So 6 or 9.
Yeah. Well, it looks like you're running away with 6. So I'll go with 9, I guess. I feel kind of wussy, but I want to. Once you've claimed the column, it's usually a good idea to call it and not get, kind of play it on the safe side. So I'm going to call it here, and I now have 7.
Surprised I didn't even put a runner on 7. I never even rolled one. I mean, I did roll one, but it never shows one.
What?
I never got a runner on 7,
Right.
even though it's the most common number.
And Arturo says you already failed when you started eating falafel. And Ryan says it would be risky trying to overtake someone higher up than you. Yeah, because they can just. It actually takes them off the board too dramatically. You got to go. Psh. Like if he had a guy on 7 here, I would take it and throw it away.
So I could do 6 and 7, and since you're done with 7,
Oops.
that means I just get to put 1 on 6, and I still have 2 runners.
Correct. I was playing a variant of this where you're not allowed to make such a decision. You always have
There's
to.
my 12.
Oh, you got 12.
Alright, 12 and 7.
Gets
And
tossed.
7 gets tossed, so I get to go again.
Yes, you do. You can always get to go again if you want.
Oh yeah, but
You lose.
there's no risk in going again.
And Ryan says, "Don't throw pieces, Mark. You'll wake your daughter." They're flimsy little plastic pieces.
And I can do 7.
It's not like a lead brick.
I can do 6 and 10.
Well, that's pretty good.
6 and 10.
That's 9.
That's 9. Okay, and then I'm ending it there because I don't want to risk it too much.
Okay, Rob Bob has a column. So now I'm not so sure I can say I'm winning.
Kind of even, I think.
Yeah, we're about even, probably. You're closer to getting a second one, but it's a 3, which is pretty rare. Hey, you might actually have an edge because you have a solid lead
I'm
on the
good on
6
the
too.
6.
Yeah.
If I can get the 6 and the 3, I win.
So hopefully I can advance maybe 4 really quickly. That would be awesome. Here's 4. I can do 4 and 10 right now. What are my other options? 7 to 7, which would be nothing.
Oh, yeah, you can get
10 and
that 4.
4.
You get that 4 and the 2.
Yeah, 5 and 9. Yeah, I'm gonna do 4 and 10. Oh, I can do 4 and 4. Nice, I just got
Yes.
4.
Alright, I think you're winning now.
And I have a runner available,
And you
so
still have one.
keep rolling. 4 and 10. Really? 4 and 10 again.
4 and 10.
4, 6, and 8.
Well, if you do the 4 and the 10, you get another free roll.
It's like a free move of 10, basically.
Yeah.
Alright. No whammies. Huh.
12 and
I can do 9
9.
and 12, 10 and 11. I wanted to keep moving 10, so let's do 10 and 11. So now I'm moving 11 here. Yeah, I'm going to call it there. And the 4 is mine. Now I get to dramatically get rid of this guy. No!
It goes back into my pile of pieces.
Yep, got over there on 10, here on 11. Here you go, sir.
Alright. Alright, I can do a 4 and a 7, which would, I guess, just be a free reroll. If I did a 4 and a 7. I could do a 5 and a
So.
6. Well, guess I'll do 5 and 6, because I'm close for 6. Wrong type of piece.
That's something I'm going to have to check in the rules for later. Like, can you just choose 2 Kalane columns and say, well, it's a free reroll? We'll go with yes for now.
I feel like you should be able to.
Ryan says he notices the dice match the game. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I wish this wasn't like a.
Alright, I can only do one thing here, which is
The material's kind of like a cheap plastic. Not cheap, but it would be cool if it was like a
8
nice
and
solid
7.
wood. Sorry, go ahead.
8 and 7.
Actually, I had to set things up in such a way that there wouldn't be too bad of a glare on
Need a
it.
6. Okay, I got a 6 and a 5.
Nice. You might get 6 soon.
So I'll go one more.
Ryan says, "Come on, Rob, your dad always wins. Beat him."
Alright, I got 6 and 7.
Oh snap! He might finish 6.
I'm ending it there.
Okay. Which one am I going for next? We'll see when I roll. Maybe I can finish 2.
Alright. Nope.
Maybe
Dropped
10.
one.
I'm probably not going to finish anything this turn, but probably 2, 10, or 11 are my best hopes. Let's see what happens.
I was like going for the more extreme ones.
Yeah, Ryan says glare is a pain. I'm trying different methods to get glareless card. Yeah, you should have seen. I actually have about, let's say, not quite a foot, but like, I don't know, 9 inches between the edge of my table, my desk here, because I have the lamp right here, and if you put it right on the edge, it just gets such a bad glare. So I actually drew a line in the pencil and cropped out that whole area. If I put anything in that area, it'll just be too glary to look nice. So that's like the dead, the off limits area, the dead zone. But yeah, glare can be a pain. All right, 7 and 6. I don't want to try to race you on 6. I could do 10 and 3. That sounds a lot better. Oh yeah.
You should try to get the 6. You could get it.
I'm letting you have that one. 10.
You're just gonna let me get a free point?
Yes. 10 and 3.
I need 3s.
Yeah,
Oh, there's
3,
a 3.
baby. 3 and 5 though. Okay.
Well, you just need the 3. But you gotta put the 5
Let
down.
me think for a minute. Yeah, that's all I can do is 5 and 3, right? No, 4 and 4 is an option. Oh, no 4s.
That would be like a reroll.
What is that? I don't know.
I think so.
I forgot if you can do that. I might actually. I think I'll stick with 3. I just have to put a runner on 5 though that I don't really want it, but that's okay. Moving 3 is good. And I'm gonna keep rolling.
Hope you mess this
Hmm?
up. I said hope you mess this up.
You hope I mess it up. I might.
You got a 4.
7, 6, or 9 and 4. Yeah, I think I messed up. 3, 5, and 10 is what I have, and you cannot farm any of those. So I lose the round. Oh no!
And then you
Not
lose all
too
your
greedy.
progress. Alright, hoping for I don't know, a 3 or 6 or both. Well, I got my 6. This was a 2.
Cheating. Cheating.
And I got a 11, which isn't bad actually. So 11 and 6.
You got your 6.
And a 3.
Oh snap! He might win. He might win. He's only.
Let's see. I could win,
If you go
If I-
again and roll
if
a
I go
3, you
again.
won.
but I don't know if it's worth the risk. If I roll a 6 and only a 6, does it count?
If you roll a. What do you mean only a 6?
Because I have peace on 6, but it's at the end.
You can't move that any farther.
And if I roll, would I be out if I rolled that? Is what I mean.
I don't know. That goes back to what we were saying before about
Mm.
can you choose something that's already claimed and just re-roll? I don't know.
Whatever,
I
I'm
have
gonna-
to check the rules if we
I'm
really
gonna
want
quit now.
It's one little edge case I'm not sure about. All right, you're 1 space away from winning. Uh-oh.
I think I'm winning now.
You're definitely winning now. I'd have to get like a really lucky turn probably. Like get maybe 2 2s. Hey, there's a 2. 2 and 9.
Uh-oh.
What are the other options? Yeah, I'm going with the 2 for sure.
Now you're 1 roll ahead.
All right, but I need another 2.
We need 2 1s, which is not likely.
Come on. Oh. 7 and 6. Oh, you claim this one, right? So my guy goes by that.
Oh yeah, that doesn't really matter.
8 and 5. Well, if we're saying the claim ones, you can just
I don't know.
choose
Is
to
it?
reroll. Should we look in the rules? Should we
Yeah,
resolve
probably. We
Let's
probably should
resolve this.
resolve this because it keeps coming up.
Okay, we're gonna resolve. The question is, can I just basically say 7 and 6, but it's a reroll, or is that just illegal?
I feel like I don't know.
Ryan says I definitely predict Mark rolling too hard and a die going off the table.
I used to always do that.
Yeah, let's see.
I still sometimes do that.
So bear with me a moment while I just read this over. A player may deliberately form the 2 dice pairs so that she is able to introduce or move only 1 runner. If a player has introduced at least 1 runner, she may choose to continue playing. That is, she rolls all she's, by the way, all 4 dice and again forms 2 dice pairs. After doing so, she again introduces or moves 1 or 2 runners. Once again, the player may reroll all 4 dice and so on. Turns continue like this until the player either voluntarily stops or is forced to stop because she cannot introduce or move any runner.
So it's move.
If a player stops voluntarily, no.
So they have to move it. It said right? Because
Yeah, I think it said. A player may deliberately. If a player has introduced at least 1 runner, she may choose to continue playing. Rolls all 4 dice. She again introduces or moves 1 or 2 runners.
so introduces or moves, and if it doesn't do that, you
Yeah.
probably can't do
Yeah, I
that.
think you have to basically introduce or remove. Well, that's exactly what it said.
Yeah.
Introduce or remove one or two winners. So you cannot just say I'm picking 6 and 7 and then re-roll it.
Okay.
All right, so we cleared that up. That means
Let's see if you can roll 2, I guess.
yeah, but what am I gonna do? I guess 8 and 5 is an option,
Okay, so okay.
or 10 and 3.
So 8, 5, 10, or 3. Which one?
I'm gonna put one on. Let me think. I'm gonna put one on 8. Because I'm going for the 2, and 8 is more probable to roll. 8 is gonna be like my keep alive number. I'm gonna keep going.
Get a 2, or hopefully don't.
You're right. I threw the dice. I was getting too excited. I just dropped it in the table. Right.
Well, it didn't go off the table, but okay.
10 and 3. Is that what I just rolled? Sort of.
Can you move anything?
7 and 6. I guess I lose the turn.
Alright.
Oh,
Now I just need a 3.
all I need is a 3.
Can I roll a 3? Not this time, but oh, no, I'm moving pieces. I just moved them. I have no idea if this was a 5.
Alright, just leave it.
Whatever. So I can do. I can do 6 and 11. Probably should just do what's most common. I don't know. You do 11, 6. But 6 is already taken.
6 is already taken.
9
9.
and yeah, no, and
Yeah.
8. I don't know. None of these are very good. So.
There's me.
I don't know. I'll just do 6 and 11. Because then I just have to put down 1.
Okay. It reminds me, I'm so bad at math. Mark would want to slap my hand away and take my turn for me.
Okay. 6 and 6 I could do.
Nope.
But I can't do that. I could do 9 and 5.
You can do 9 and 5, 7 and
Or
5.
7, same thing.
I gotta keep an eye on it. It's cheating.
Intentionally being bad at math. 7 and 5. Or 7 and 5. Oh, so there's only 2 options. It's 7 and 5 or 6 and 6. So I have to do 7 and 5.
Okay.
Which is just 5.
Which is just 5. It's another chance for you to roll a 3 right now.
Just need a 3.
Don't roll a 3. I
rolled a 3. And I win.
He wins. I lose. Alright. What do you guys think? Rematch or move on to the next game? What do you think about rematch or move on to the next game?
Let's
see what the audience thinks.
Do you want to see this again, or you want to go to
Let's talk
some
about
other game?
40 minutes, by the way. Probably a little less because I spent like 5 minutes explaining the game.
Ryan's is rematch.
Rematch. All right, we're going to do a rematch. Now you don't have to explain the game.
This will be faster this
Same
time.
colors?
Sure.
Yeah, keep it simple. Same colors. All right, let's roll off.
I'm not going to have these stacked because then they'll all fall.
I rolled a 6.
Oh, yeah. And I rolled more than a 6.
Your go.
So I go first.
Yeah.
Alright, I could do 5 and 4, or I could do 3 and 6, and that's it. Do 3 and 6.
It's nice when there's a fresh, clean board and a zillion possibilities. You can go anywhere
Anything
in the
could
world.
happen.
The world is your oyster.
What does that even mean? I know what it means, but what does oysters have to do with anything?
They're delicious.
So, I could do
So
6.
you can eat the world, basically.
I can do 6 and 10
I was joking with my
Wait,
friend that we should have a variant
no,
of
that's
this
right.
game for each kind of die. Like for 10-sided dice, you could you could have 20, it goes from I guess 2 through 20. Maybe one for 4-sided dice is 2 through 8.
So 6 and 10. I'm gonna do this 6 and 10.
So Ryan asks, you have to combine two, or you can use a single to move on. No, you have to combine pairs only. You can't add three. You can't do that either. So you can't have a one,
Got
2, and
another
3 and call it a six.
3 and 10, which I already had both
Yeah,
of.
that's a pretty good move.
All right, that's it for me.
By the way, all the games I have lined up are right up here. If you have a question about them, or if you want to name one for us to play next, let me know, Arturo and Ryan, or anybody else who might be watching. Looks like we still have 2 viewers, but I get lied to sometimes. Arturo usually doesn't count. He thinks Arturo doesn't count because YouTube is all configured it's racist.
I guess.
All right, I can do 3 and 11. It's like symmetrical. 7 and 7. It's always nice to get 2 in one go. 8 and 6. Yeah, let's do 7 and 7. I had good luck with 7 last time. 7 does take a ton of moves, but you can just roll it so
Yeah,
often.
you roll it so often.
7 and 4 sounds good, or I
Mm.
can do 6 and 5. Let's do 7 and 4. Huh, 2. I could do 7 and
Ooh.
4 again, though. I think I'm going to go with that.
Keep going on your 7 and 4.
And I have that no-brainer of, I have a free runner, so I might as well keep going. Ryan says, play the Night of the Living Dead board game. That seems nice and quick. No explaining it. Yeah, right. I definitely want to play that sometime. Maybe we'll play that around Halloween this year. But for now, no, that's not a quick, simple game. We've never played it before, so it would take a while to learn. I could get 2 and 11 or 7 and 6. You know what I'm doing? 7 and 6. And I think I've moved enough along the 7 track that I don't want to lose that progress, so let's call it there. I may move 2 on the 4, 1 on the 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the 7. Did I really move 5 on the 7? Wow.
5.
Okay, you're up.
All right. Could always do Tabletop Simulator as well.
That's
That's
true.
a game.
Hey, Ryan, do you know that there's actually, from the era of old, overcomplicated war games, and a company who specialized in those things called SBI actually made a Dawn of the Dead board game.
I can go 10
You can
on
look
this
that
one.
one up
So I'll
on
do 4 and 10.
BoardGameGeek.com if you want.
Yeah, I'm trying to put 1 and 10. So 4 and 10.
4 and 10.
I could do 4 and 9.
Ooh, excuse me.
Okay, I'll do 4 and 9.
Right, moving 4 again sounds good. You'll be tied with me.
Go once more. Okay, did I just...
9, 2, 5.
I can do a 9. Alright, 9 and 5. And that's it.
It's for him. Moving along on 10. So you said it is not fast and easy. Okay. Mark, Solitaire Confinement is actually Ryan. Yeah, I know it's Ryan. He's not in disguise. All right, my turn. 9. Welcome, Stu, by the way. 8 and 9. 11 and 6. I don't know. I guess I have someone on 6, so I would like to progress there. Let's go 11 and 6. I could do 11 and 5 now, or I could do 8 and 8. Or is there anything else? 9 and 7. Let's keep. Well, we already made some progress in 11 this turn. I'll go with the 11 and 5. Well, so I want to give it another go though. I'm going to be cautious this time. Making 2 steps on 11 is good. I don't want to lose that. All right, you're up, Rob. I don't know the joke about Nair. Nair?
It's Ryan backwards.
Oh, my name is Utz.
I can get another 10 here.
My name is Cram. Cram W.
I'm Bob Bohr.
Bob Bohr. Bob Bohr and Cram. We are barbarians. Our
Um,
ally Utz.
I'll do this.
We join forces to attack the evil Nair.
Nair.
What's our
Nair.
guru backward? Or Oruta.
Or,
The evil Oruta.
I could do the same thing I did last. No, I can do a 5 this time. I can do 10 and 5.
You're going very well on 10. He's gonna beat me again, guys.
I'm gonna win.
I need to make another tear. Oh, I got another tear. Speaking of going on a tear, I was gonna say I need to make a tear on 7 like I did before. He's making his tear on 10, which is more impressive. Oh, snap. Okay.
Turn this so the camera can see it.
Hmm? Okay.
So the camera can see there's 2 pieces there.
Sure. I could challenge you on 10, but I know better. 9 and 9 sounds pretty good.
9 and 9.
10 and 8. 11. I'm going on 11. 11 and 7 is actually perfect for what I've got so far. Okay.
7-11.
7-Eleven. Where you can get 3-day-old hot dogs that are mildly warm.
I love their 3-day-old hot dogs.
11 and 5, sure. Yeah, I like the idea of moving along. 11, but I could do 7 and 9. I'm sure there's a 7 of 9 joke there, especially for Stu, our resident Star Trek geek. I kind of like the idea of just moving along 11 and maybe calling it quits. It'll be one away from nabbing 11, which is good. So I'll move 1 and 5, 11. Yeah, let's call it quits. Move up the 11. Move up to 7, 1. Move up this 1, 5. Okay, here we go.
Alright. Hoping for a 10. No 10 this time.
3 small Slurpee from now until 7-Eleven, says 2. Is that because we rolled 7 and 11?
I go for a 9 and 5.
Working 9 to 5.
Do a 9 to 5.
So which of the above games, guys, would you like to see right
Yeah,
after
which
this
one next?
We got Pylos, Magical Athlete, and Quoridor.
Could go 3 and 6. Yeah, that sounds good. I don't know. I'll go again. Okay, those are pretty high, but not too high.
I'm so high right now.
So 9. And that's it for my turn.
Alright, he's moving along on 9. Makes a little bit of a creeping progress on 5 and 3.
Alright.
Okay, I am going to try to nail down 11.
I think I want to do either Pylos or Magic.
Okay.
What was it called?
Magical Athlete
Magical
is a
Athlete.
pretty obscure and weird game, but it's awesome. Okay, I can do 11. Yeah, I can nail 11 right here, so let's do that. 6 and 11.
Alright, you're getting close.
Next up, 4 and 8, 7 and 5. Yeah, let's do 7 and 5, and I'll take the 7 from that. And call it there, because I nailed 11. And that's my turn. Here you go. Yeah, by the way, Stu, if you didn't catch it, the goal is to move 3 of your color pawns to the numbers. So I have 1.
Oh, I can put one on 12. If I want to do that.
Yeah. So I
12
need
and 5.
2 more to win, and Rob Bob has
Oh,
none yet, but he's close to getting the 10 column and kind of close to getting the 3 column.
so I'm doing 12 and 5.
12.
Hoping for a 3, I guess, or a 10. And I didn't get either of those. But I did get a 6 and 8.
6 and 8.
Which one did I do? Let's do 6.
8 is totally blank. Nobody wants to go in 8 today.
Ooh.
Well,
I got a 6. Alright, I'm stopping it there.
Alright, he's able to stop. The title of this game is kind of lying.
I can stop.
We're pretty risk averse, so we're able to stop pretty often. So far, only I've ever failed, right? You haven't failed at all yet?
I haven't failed yet.
That's pretty great. That means that means you're playing too cautiously, but what can I say? You
But it
actually won the
works.
first game, so what can I say? Alright. I could go 9 and 9. 11 is off limits now. 11 and 7, though, I can do that and just move the 7. And Stu says, squawk, 6 and 8. Oh, squawk. What is that, like a King's Quest reference or something? I don't know what you're referencing. 7 and 4, 6 and 5. Yeah, I'm going to keep moving 7. That's what I want to do. I want to claim 7.
And 4.
4 is good too. 10 and 9.
You could actually.
Or 8 and 11. 8
Getting
and 11,
close.
11 is off limits. I guess. I can't do 4 or 7, right? Yeah. So basically, I want to put this one piece on something. It's kind of a throwaway. It's going to be 9 or 10. I guess I have pretty much no hope of catching up with Rob Bob on 10. So I'm going to go with the 9. And that is my turn. There you are.
Alright. Well, I got. No, I don't got it. No, I have a 10.
Okay,
10
got it.
and 8.
10 and 8.
I mean, I don't like
Nobody
8,
likes 8 today. Poor lonely 8.
but it's worth it for the 10, I guess.
Huh.
And a 3 and 5. So I'll do the 3.
That'd be close to 3.
Could go again.
Do it.
Okay.
Fail, 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 fail.
Did I fail? I think I failed.
He failed once.
One time I take risk.
I talked you into it.
No, I was just gonna do it.
You were able to claim 10.
I
I talked you into failure.
Yeah, the highest thing I can do is a 7.
You can,
Alright.
you can do 7 and 4 or 5 and 6.
Can't get a 3.
Yep, so you gotta take them back. You pushed your luck and got a whammy. Only us old folks know that one. In our old folks' home, we can watch that show. 7 and 6, yeah, I can move 7.
You don't want a 7.
Or 8 and 5, no thank you. Let's do 7 and 6.
Getting close.
7 and 8, or 5 and 10. Let's do 7 and 8. 8 is on the board. I hate to lose that 7 progress, but I'm tempted to give it another go.
You should.
Let's do it. Do it. Get risky.
You'll roll a 7.
I just see anything between 6, 7, or 8 to not fail.
What's the chance of failing?
Alright, that's good. I can do 7 again. 6 and 5, or 7 and 4. 8 and 3. Yeah, I was going to go with the 7 and 4.
Keep going.
The 7. What do you think? One more move, guys? One more roll?
Yes.
I don't know. I think it's smart to call it here.
No, it's not.
It's not smart.
It's not smart.
Alright, I'm going to roll one more time then. Because I don't want him to think I'm not smart.
Yeah.
6, 7, or 8. Let's do it.
You get it.
9 or 10. Alright. That's I knew it was
At least I
smart
know.
not
At
to. I
least
thought it would add some excitement
at
to.
least everyone knows you're smart now.
Everyone was smart. Oh well. I mean, if everybody's playing it safe, it gets boring. You
Yeah.
gotta take the risks once in a while.
All right. Could do. Could do a 7 or not a 7. 9. I can do a 9, but I don't want to. I don't want to put one on 7.
Ooh, come on.
Do 8
We'll go
and an
for
8. I can get 2 8s.
go for the competition on 7. You can roll 7 a lot. I've been rolling it a lot.
I could do a 4 and another 8. I could do 7 and 5.
So are you streaming something tonight, Stu?
Do 4 and.
It's gonna be Dora the Explorer again, or maybe this time Diego. The other night, Stu did a Dora the Explorer stream. It was awesome. And the final boss was this squirrel. He wanted a book, and he was saying what he wanted in Spanish. And I was trying to help him, but I couldn't quite catch a couple of the words. I was like, Arturo,
You need Arturo.
I need your help, Arturo.
Um,
What kind of book does he want? But Stu figured it out. It was a race car book.
I need. I could do a 9 and a 5.
Ryan says Stu should play Mary Kate and Ashley.
I could do.
I have a friend who
6.
actually worked for Acclaim like 20 years ago, the game company, and he had to QA. He was a QA guy, so he basically got to test games, which sounds like it's fun, but you just have to tediously and methodically like try all these stupid things. And so he was spending a couple months on the Mary Kate and Ashley game for I think the
Uh-oh.
Game Boy. Maybe it was Game Boy Advance or something.
I failed.
Failed. Yeah, he failed.
All right. I thought I had a good chance. 'Cause I had like 6 and 8 and well 4, but
All right. We were both too greedy, so it's almost like we just wasted time on the last 2 turns.
yeah.
All right, let's get the 7 in the bag. Come on, yeah, 7 and 5, or we could do 6 and 6. That's pretty tempting. 6 and 6.
You'd be tied with me on the 6.
Let's do it. 6 and 6. And now we can do 7 and 4, or 6 and 5. Let's say 7 and 4. I don't know. I'll do one more. Every time I see the triples, every time I get a triple like this, I know it's gonna suck before I even process it all.
You don't have a choice when you get
Yeah, you
triples.
have no choices, so it really ruins you. All right, yeah, I'm kind of just going risky because I think it's more fun, but
Alright, I'm gonna go
I keep paying for it.
not risky this turn, I think. Well, get that.
There goes the die.
Drop the die. But I can do a 12 and a 3. That's really good.
Wow. That means you're like one away from
One away from 3.
One away in 2 tracks.
Yeah. On 3 tracks.
Oh yeah. For some reason, I thought you had already claimed 10.
No, I did, and then I didn't.
Yeah.
But now I did.
Now you should stop.
I mean, I'm stopping now.
Oh, you should keep going. Keep going.
No.
Ryan says when I play Sonic the Hedgehog, I just barely push forward on the D-pad. That's how safe he is. I want to go slow with Sonic. 12. I could try to challenge you in 12.
Good.
12 and 9 or 11 and 10. 11 and 10 is not an option, actually, because they're both claimed, so I have to do 12 and 9.
They should have it with the board. They should have it so it's like a checkered pattern, kind of. Like they could have a line of white and then black, so it's easier to tell which
Oh, yeah,
line
maybe.
you're looking at. So it's kind of hard to tell sometimes.
That's a good idea. All right, 10 and 2. Wow. Or 6 and 6.
Could do 2.
Let's go with 6 and 6.
Right?
Another roll. This is the one that's different.
Whoa.
Was that
What did you
was
just
that
hit?
where the die was here?
I don't know.
Did someone rewind?
Wait. Yeah, someone confirm where that was.
I think it was right here, but it might have been here.
I can confirm where it
Okay, he's
was.
gonna check. The question is the green one or two spaces in front of this white one? Or,
Alright,
or,
so
or other. Where is the green in relation to the white one in column 9? I'm checking the rewind.
it was one ahead, I think. Let's see,
Wait, what?
it was here.
It's two ahead, right?
One ahead of where it was is what I mean.
Okay. All right. Thanks to instant replay, we were able to not deprive him of his space on 9. All right, let's keep going. Keep going. 7 and 6. Did I screw up? No, I can move 6. That's good. 9 and 4. Could use a 9 from that, but I'm gonna go with the 6. So we move 3 on the 6. That's a good turn. We're gonna call it there. I'm on the board on 12. Stu said I told you it wasn't fast and easy. What? Because we knocked over a piece and had to do the instant replay. Oh.
Okay, well, it's a 4 and a 6, and I have an option.
6.
So 4
Well, snap, it's getting tight on the 4 and 6 columns.
and 6, we're tied. Let's see if I can get
This
a
is a pretty intense,
3 or a 12, I'll take it.
pretty intense race we got going on here.
There's a 3. So,
He's claimed 3. Oh, snap.
alright,
Calling it.
calling it.
So he's 1 away on 12. If he can just roll 2 6s, he's won the game.
Yep. Well, 2 6s
Alright.
at once.
Yeah, 2 6s at once, obviously. So I gotta take some higher risks to catch up. Otherwise, he'll get the game soon enough. Get the game in the bag. All right. And Stu, Ryan says fast and easy was Stu's college nickname. Why do I read what he says? 12. Oh, snap. I'm a contender
you
on
could.
12. 12 and 4 or 9 and 7. Oh,
9
yeah,
and
I'm going
7.
to do 12. 12 and 4. I'm doing it.
Alright, if you can roll another 12, you've taken my spot.
You got to take your opportunity in 12. That's how you're going to win.
I can always get my 6 or
Close off your
9
path to
or
victory
4.
right there. I got 4 and 8 only.
I do a 4.
Yeah, that's good. But I have to put down the 8, unfortunately.
Yeah, no one likes 8 this game.
Yeah.
Or 2.
It's cursed. There's a cursed track. I think I should stop.
You can't stop.
No, I can't stop. You're right. I got to roll because I can't stop. It's in the title.
Don't roll 2 6s.
4. I'm happy with the 8 and 6. I can move the
4 and
8,
10.
but I would rather move the 4 from the 4 and 10. So let's do that.
Alright, and I
I
guess,
think that's where we're calling.
yeah, I guess that's it. Alright, I just need a 12 to win.
Yeah, I had a good turn. If you just go 12, I'm gonna be like, ah.
12. Ah, I saw the 5 and the 6, and I thought it was a 12. But I can do a 9 and 10.
Can't do 10, but
Well, yeah. So 9 and 10, or 11 and 8. So it's just, I guess I'll go 9.
okay. No 12. No 12.
12.
No, no, no,
12.
no.
No.
Roll. He rolled low.
But I can do a 4.
Or twice.
Have to do a 4, actually.
3 and 5 is an option.
Oh, it's a 5, never mind. I can do 3 and 5. I'll do 3 and 5. Well, yeah. 3 and 5.
Okay.
Okay. 12. Nope.
I gotta make sure I keep an eye on these dice because he might cheat. He's gonna knock them around.
Alright. I can do 9 and 4. I'll do that. Well, yeah. I'm gonna move my 9 up. Alright, I'm calling it.
Alright, calling it.
There's no more chance for me to roll a 12.
Until next turn. Alright, let's see. What do I gotta do here? I get to 12.
You get a 12.
12 and 4.
You get a 12 and a
I
4,
win.
and then you win.
Not too likely, but
Now, I guess I could get that 9.
12 and 4. 12 and 4.
Neither.
Got a 4.
No, you did.
Do
Yeah, you
4 and
did.
7, which 4. Yeah, that's good actually.
That's
So
good for you.
it's not the 12, but that's good
Mm.
still. 5 and 6.
If you
No.
get that 7, you win.
4 and 7. So let's do it. I got 4, 7. Yeah, let's keep rolling. I got a free runner right here. 7 and 8. Yeah, baby.
7 and 8.
Question is, do I keep going?
You can't stop. Or can you stop?
No, because only
very risky.
Still only needs that 12 and then he wins.
I think it's risky either way.
It's risky either way, yes. What do you think, Peanut Gallery in the audience? Do I try to get that 7 in and win the game? Or pass and let Rob have the opportunity to get the 12 and win the game? Hey, actually, if I get the 12 too.
You could get. Well, you can't get it this turn. But.
Right.
He says, do it.
Let's do the no guts, no glory. That's true. That's true. That means among all of these, there has to be a way to form 7 or 8, or else the turn is done.
Those are pretty common ones.
Those are very common. 7 is the most common. 8 is like tied for second most. But the problem is sometimes they cluster in a way, like you get all low or all high, and then you cannot form a 7 or 8. Let's go for it. All guts, no guts, no glory. 7.
Ah.
6 and 3, or 7 and 2.
It's not looking good for me. If you roll, are you gonna go or no?
We're going for it.
Go. All right.
Play like
roll.
the Patriots or the Jets.
If you roll the most
Jets.
common thing you can roll, you win. And you did.
7.
You win.
I did it. I'm calling it there, obviously.
You
So
sure you don't want to keep going?
Playing 4 and 7.
You could get 4 to
11.
the end.
Thanks for Stu for suggesting no guts, no glory, because the pass was complete.
Let's see if I would have
By
rolled
David Tyree.
a 12. I wouldn't have rolled a 12. But that's how that works.
All right, good game, Rob. We each won 1 game.
All right.
All right, so we're gonna put away. Can't stop messily because we don't want to keep you waiting. I mean, I'm just gonna throw everything over there.
All right. You can do it. Put it away after.
And we're gonna bring on the next game.
I might have.
You might have.
I might have, or you might have. I don't
So
know.
let's play Quoridor because Ryan said it looked pretty cool. What are you doing?
I thought I dropped a piece. Because I didn't. Maybe I dropped it into the bag.
I'm gonna choose Quoridor because Ryan said it looks cool. That was the only input I got from anybody. That's okay. I want to play some Quoridor.
Alright.
I haven't played this in years. I don't think you have either.
Bob Kebab
Rob Cobb might have.
might have.
You think he rolled a 12 and missed it though? Is that what you're saying?
No, I might have rolled one. On the previous turn. I don't know. He won.
I won. I had the 4, 11, and 7. Okay, let's do a zoom in.
Zoom it in.
Give me 1 second. Try to get mostly the board here. Okay, here's our board.
Alright. Make the lighter pieces so they can actually be seen on the camera.
Uh,
You only have 2 pieces?
I just had the other piece like a moment ago. What the hell? Okay.
Ball on the ground?
You have to go with these 2 for now. I'll look for it later.
Rob
Supposed to
Bob.
be 4 pieces, and I was missing one before today, and now I'm missing 2. Great. All right. So, in this game, you can be orange, Rob, unless you really want to be orange.
I don't care.
Let's see. You say when Mark rolled it, subtly changed the makeup of the dice, knocked the micrometer. What? Rob had rolled before Mark. He might have gotten a 12. Okay. So in this game, you're simply trying to get your pawn to the other side, and the other side counts as, for me, the yellowish piece, any of these spaces here. And he's trying to do the opposite, get his pawn to any of these spaces here.
Put the walls up.
And all you do is, on each turn, you can move your pawn one space. Diagonals are not allowed. Or you can place one of these walls. We each have, I believe it's 10 walls. Maybe not.
Yeah, it looks like 10.
10. We each have 10 walls. And you can place it. When you place a wall, this is instead of your guy moving, so you have to plan accordingly. You can block 2 squares with it. So in this case, if I have my pawn here and the wall is right here, then I cannot move my pawn like so. It is blocked. I would have to go around basically. That's pretty much the gist of the game. There's a couple of odd rolls here and there. And Ryan says Mark's data. He can crush the dice and make them loaded dice. Sure. Other things worth mentioning though, there's a weird rule where you can, well, it's not that weird, but you can skip over someone. So if we're like this, and it's Rob Bob's turn, you can just do that, which is good.
Or I can go diagonal.
You can go diagonal, and there's one weird edge case.
It's if there's a wall behind you.
If there's, yeah, it's kind of, this is like the one confusing thing, and I kind of wonder why they made the rule. But in this case, if Rob Bob tried to jump me, there's a wall. So he cannot go here, but he can instead go diagonal, like here. I know my hand's in the way, kind of, or he could go here. So that's a weird rule if you're jumping with a wall in the way. And that is pretty much the entire game. It also supports 4 players. That's when it gets crazy and really cool. But it's just the 2 of us now. So, shall we have a roll off for going first?
All right. You get the loaded dice.
I get the loaded die. It's gonna roll a 6. That's 3. I picked up the wrong die by mistake.
I got a 1.
All right, but your guy fell over, so he has to spend a turn standing up. Okay. Oh yeah, one rule I forgot to mention is that when you place a wall, you cannot fully block
The
a
end.
path for the opponent to win. In other words, if you say you have something like, well, it's probably self-explanatory. Yeah. If you have something like
You can't make
this,
it impossible.
this is okay. You can't make it impossible. I cannot place this because it's illegal because there's no path for him to win. You cannot fully block a path for the other player to win. That's the only rule of placing these things, basically. All right. Yeah, I haven't played in so many years. I don't remember how's a good way to play. That's kind of both of us. So
Yeah.
in the same
I haven't played this in a while.
So you could start by just running your guy forward, or just start putting walls down. I'm gonna start with just running a guy forward.
All right. Put a wall in front of you.
Okay.
Actually, maybe I want to save my walls. I don't know how. Sparing.
You have tons of them. I won't worry about saving,
All right.
but I don't know. I can't exactly say I'm a master at this game.
All right. It's
So
your turn.
now I am faced with: do I want to run this way, or run that way, or place a wall myself? And one thing to note is the parity, or like the even and odd, right? If you see, if I go this way, I might be spelling out strategy for him, so I might be helping him by saying this. But if he could put a wall here, right?
Yeah.
So I start running this way, then he could put another wall here, and then I'm in trouble. But on the other side, there's an odd number, so he could put a wall here, but then he could not put one here.
Yeah.
So in a way, that makes me inclined to go this way if I'm going to move right now. But maybe
Maybe you want to put a wall in front of me.
Maybe I will just do that too. I'll put a wall in front of you.
Okay. Now we're in a very similar
Now we're even.
situation.
Yeah, Ryan says it would get crazy for players with the maze. It does get quite crazy.
Okay. So it's like, do I want to go this way or this way? I guess if you point that, I guess I'll go that way.
Okay.
All right.
I guess I'm going here.
All right.
I'm going to try to make sure we're not just mirroring each other's moves for too much longer.
Well, we're not. You're one ahead, so it's different.
Here you go. Wall.
Okay. Put more walls. I go back. You're gonna run out of walls fast at this rate.
True. I might. No. Inconceivable. You're gonna copy my
Yeah,
move.
you can move backwards.
You're gonna copy my move if I.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I shouldn't show you that. But then if I go that way,
I'm gonna block you anyway.
yeah, I know it totally feels like that Princess Bride thing. Yeah, you can move backwards, Ryan. So you didn't follow my exact move. Okay. Interesting.
Oh no. Actually, can I undo that?
Sure. Okay.
Put it there.
I'm like, oh, I see where this is going. Okay. What's up, Stu? Stu says, wait.
Wait,
I'm waiting.
we're waiting.
Yeah, you can't completely wall
Can't.
someone off. There has to be a path there has to be a path to winning. You're never allowed to place a wall such that there's no path to winning. But you can kind of drag a guy along. Like I can't just block him here. Then it's just an illegal
Yeah.
move.
You can block me here.
Can't move in. I hate you. So now I have to backtrack.
You have
There's
to go all the way
no
back.
way around it.
Wonder what'll happen. Okay.
I think you have the lead because
Yeah,
You
'cause
blocked
you gotta
me
go.
off it
You have to go really far.
you block me off in a way that means I have to backtrack a lot farther. A wall appears in front of you.
Yeah, but
really
now,
quick builders build a wall in front of you.
so now I went that way first. So now he can't completely block off this way.
Correct.
So because if I went this way first, then it'd be more backtracking than it would be doing this, I think. You already used more than half your walls.
Selling walls. I think you have the lead here. I gotta keep trying to slow you down. That slows me down too, because I gotta go there.
Yeah, you gotta go through this. Can you remove walls?
Nope.
No. Wait. I think.
That might be interesting if you had if you could take a turn to pick up a wall. But the problem is there's no distinction between your walls and the opponent's.
Yeah, maybe if they made them different color,
Yeah,
I don't know.
that would be an interesting variant, perhaps. Because if you can pick up any wall, then you could just pick up one that's in front of your guy.
Let me think before I do
That'd be pretty
anything.
lame. But if you each had your own color walls, then you could like remove your own, so you could place one later.
I have an idea.
Yeah, it's tough. I keep doing better than I. Okay. Here comes the wall. drops down from the ceiling. Ah, you bastard!
I was thinking it was just gonna rise up from the ground.
Yeah, it could be
Same
coming
thing.
down. I'm imagining little elves building it really quickly. I don't know. It's like, do I backtrack or just keep going?
Well,
It's hard to say.
I mean, either way.
Here you go. I can just build a wall for you.
Okay. Okay.
We're gonna meet soon.
Mm. That's what you think.
I wanted to say, how do you do? I wanted to meet you.
Uh-oh. Well, it's not uh-oh yet.
It's not uh-oh time yet.
Okay. We're both almost out of walls.
I know. Here you go, have a wall.
Okay.
One more wall for me, two for you. Hold up. Oh,
Oh wait. No, I can do that.
that's good. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Go ahead. Mm.
All right.
All right, that's my last wall.
All right.
I think you've got this one.
Yeah. Can do this. This doesn't matter.
I'm gonna be on like my starting row still.
Yeah. You're still on your starting round.
I'll be past it by the time you win.
Yeah.
Not too far though. I don't want to give you the jump. So you jump now if you
I might as well.
want. Just for the fun of it.
Yeah. I'm one turn away.
And he wins. Yay!
All right.
Good job. And that is Quoridor with a QU.
So when I put this wall down,
Yeah.
I think that was, I don't know, I think that was good.
Mm.
Because then you couldn't block me off there. Because then it would be impossible.
Okay, yeah, it's an interesting game.
Yeah.
Good game. Do you want to play again or move on to the next game?
I want to do Magical Athlete.
Okay, let's do Magical.
Should we just
Let's leave them on here.
just put it away the same way we did?
Yeah, put it away by not putting it away. You don't have to move things. Wait, I'm just going to move the board over there.
They might put them all on there.
Don't want to waste time on the screen. I'll take care of it at the end.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to move on to Magical Athlete, which is more of a gamer nerd style game than like a normal person board game.
It's a weird game.
This is actually designed for only 4 or 5 players, but Rob Bob and I have been playing this since he was a little kid, 2-player anyway, it kind of loses a little bit of its wackiness with only 2 players, but we have fun with it anyway. And the idea of this game is you you draft a bunch of athletes who are all these kind of fantasy characters, like a Amazon, a thief, a merchant, a witch. Is that you have the martial artist or the monk or something?
That's a martial artist.
You have like a siren, a troll, gladiator, etc., etc. And they each have a special power. It's like a power that helps them in the action part of the game. The action part of the game is simply a roll and move race. It's so simple and basic that a lot of modern board gamer hobbyist sensibilities would be offended because they hate roll and move. But it's when you have a lot of players and all these crazy abilities kick in, the way they interact is tons of fun, and it's still pretty fun with just 2 players. For example, who's the one who swaps? It's the merchant. The
It's a
merchant's
merchant.
ability, he can swap places with any player, and the Amazon, it's a roll and move, meaning you roll a die and move that many spaces. The Amazon's ability is she can always move 5 if she chooses not to roll. Um, it's just crazy the way all of the cards interact is a lot of fun. And again, 2 player, it's not really meant for 2 player, but we like playing it that way anyway. We kind of bend the rules. So let's get right into it though. So this is simply the draft board, and I gotta zoom
You can
out.
zoom out.
Good.
Okay.
So there's a deck of these characters that we've been talking about, and here's, for example, the gladiator. And we probably can't see the text too well because it's small. Here's the Amazon. Here's the demon. And so we're going to take just 10 of these cards. We're going to shuffle them up, take 10 of them, and they are going to be the 10 that we're going to be choosing from. So we're each going to get 5. But the way it works, before I shuffle too well, let me show you how it works. We each are going to have $8 or credits, whatever you want to call them. So I'm going to go and take 8 for myself and give Rob Bob 8 as well. I'm just kind of grabbing random things and hoping they're numbers that make sense. So we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sure, I have a lot of small bills. You can have this 4.
Or
4, 2, and 2, 1. There we go.
all right.
Okay, and the way it works though is we're gonna flip one at a time. One of these characters that we can draft. Maybe I want to do actually zoom in. You don't need the edge. The end part's the same magical athlete. So you can see them a little bit better.
I don't think you can really read that. But
Nah. I don't think what I can do though.
Could...
That's okay. I can always explain what they do.
Yeah.
But the idea, this is an auction, and this is how much they cost this turn. So the witch is going to cost 4 this turn. So, so if I'm the one who flipped the witch from the deck on my turn, I can either buy the witch for 4 or pass. If I pass, the witch slides down to the 3 slot. So now she only costs 3. And then this would be Rob Bob's turn. So he would flip the next from the deck, and this is the siren. And then he can choose to buy the siren for 4, the witch for 3, or pass. And again, we just slide down, and basically, the less desired ones, because nobody's snatching them up, eventually slide down to 0, which is free. And at that point, you can once everything is filled up and there's 0, you have to take 1. So some of these are actually, some of these characters are definitely more valuable than others. So the auctioning is kind of a balancing mechanism. If something is really valuable, everybody's like, "Oh, I'll pay 4 for that." Like the aforementioned Amazon. That's
Amazon or merchant.
Yeah, again, merchant too. So they all just have the crazy powers that make the game interesting. And then once we've gotten all our guys, we simply turn the board, and it's a simple roll and move. But what we do is each race we're gonna put forth a challenger from our set of 5. We're gonna secretly choose one, and then they race. And there's a certain number of points you get for each race. So the early races are only worth a little bit. 3 points for first place and 1 point for second place. The second and third races are 4 for first place and 2 for second place. And for the fourth and fifth races, 5 points for first, 3 for second. So, you just want to get points. Whoever had the most points after the 5 races wins. So let me shuffle a little bit more, and then we'll call it good. And shall we roll off to go first?
Sure.
4.
4. 4.
By the way, when you're
Both
racing,
roll the 4.
yeah, roll again. 3 versus my 5. All right, I go first. When you're actually racing, you use these little stand-up guys, and put them in the stand. The thing is, they're going to be pretty hard to see with the overhead cam. So what we're going to do instead is use maybe pawns from Can't Stop. Shall we use yellow and green again?
Sure.
That way you guys can actually see. All right, so let's start. I'm going first. I'm going to flip, and I can buy the
Ooh,
assassin for 4.
Assassin's pretty good. I don't know if he's worth 4 though.
That's how this works. This is actually one of the very few cards, maybe the only one, that doesn't have a power that affects the actual racing part of the game. So after the draft, you can assassinate one character of your choice. It is removed from the game and randomly replaced by one of the removed 5 cards. That means the ones I'm not using. I actually should
How many cards do we get?
So in the real game, there's supposed to be only 5 removed because you're only playing with 4 or 5 people.
Well, I mean,
But
how many at the end? Like 5?
we should each have 5.
Yeah.
We actually have a lot more removed because we're playing our own hacky version, sort of. And Ryan says, liking the gameplay, not digging the art style. Okay. And I'm going to pass on the assassin. Your draw.
Alright. We gotta move him down.
So assassin costs 3 now.
And the thief.
Thief. This is this is like the other character.
Not very
that doesn't
good.
have a racing power. At the beginning of a race he's in, you can steal 1 point from a player of your choice.
Alright, I'm gonna pass.
Next up is the centaur. When you overtake another character, which means you pass them on the racing track, you can kick him 1 space backwards. I'm still not feeling too many of these guys. None of these guys are really my favorites. Yeah, I'll pass. So you go.
Alright. I think I'll probably take the assassin for 1 unless
Yeah,
it's like
for 1, I guess it's kind of worth it.
a ranger. What does ranger do?
He's a good one.
If you roll a 1 or a 2 on your turn, you can advance 4 spaces instead of the die result.
Trying to show it all to the guy.
Yeah.
So basically, you're rolling a 6-sided die for each move on the race. But with this guy's power, if you roll a 1 or a 2, it becomes a 4.
But I will pay 1 for the assassin.
Okay. Slide him down. The druid.
I always forget what the druid does.
The druid's power is when a character uses his special ability, you can advance 1 space. So, for example, if I roll, say I have the ranger, and Rob Bob has the druid. If I use my power to make a 1 or a 2 become a 4, then he gets to move 1 because I used my power. So I'm actually going to buy the ranger for 3 because I like him.
Okay. And so you only move the druid forward this time?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Draw your replacements.
From this deck?
Yes.
The demon,
The demon.
which is when another character rolls a die, you can reduce the result by 1. The decision is done before the roll, and the minimum is 1. Well, I don't know why you wouldn't want to reduce it again. Wait. Yeah. So that's just the result is reduced by 1.
And Ryan says the ranger looks like a leprechaun.
And I'm passing, by the way.
Yes. Okay. So now I have to buy something. Medusa. Medusa's power is when you share a space with another character, you can cast a spell to make him rest for the next turn, i.e., he loses a turn. Alright, I will take. I'll take Druid for 2.
Alright.
Let's show your cards.
The pirate. So
Oh, he's a good one, right?
at the start of your turn, you can kidnap 1 other character and move him to your space. Well, Well, I gotta get something. I don't want the thief.
Okay.
Because thief is pretty bad.
Yeah, he is pretty
I'll take
garbage.
the,
I think in our special two-player mode,
the
he's even
centaur.
worse. Because we're all going to be getting tons of points. Okay, you bought the centaur for 1. Next up, the bard. When another character rolls a 6, you can advance 1 space.
It's okay. It's not very good. That'd be better if there were more people.
I'm choosing the demon for 1. And that again is I can make all of your rolls be reduced by 1. Go ahead.
Alright.
Just 2 more in the deck.
Just 2 more. Ooh, the merchant.
Oh,
So,
I don't have the money. He's gonna
instead of your
much.
turn, you can exchange places with another character. I'm
That's
buying the merchant
That's way
for
over.
4. Actually,
It's basically an instant win in
no,
most cases.
I'm not gonna buy it
You're not gonna
because
buy it.
you only have 2, so you can't buy it on your turn. So I might as well get it for cheaper.
Good point.
And then what else do I want to buy?
But it'll get cheaper.
What?
Next turn, if you don't
Well, yeah.
buy it, it'll become 3.
Well, it'll be
Then
2,
it'll become 2.
and then it'll be your turn when it's 3, and then
So
you
you're gonna
can't
buy it the
afford
turn
it,
after.
and then I'll buy it this turn.
Okay.
So I'm gonna buy the pirate.
Arr, the fat pirate.
Alright.
Okay. Now our last card is a necromancer. So I only have 2, so I have to choose between these 3 guys. Thief is garbage.
Someone's gonna have to take him. Actually, no.
Hmm?
I was gonna say someone has to take him, but no one has to take him.
Oh, did I put one card
You might
too
have
many?
put one
I
too
feel like I
many.
put 1 card too many in the deck. Because it's supposed to be
Alright.
exact. We each have exactly 5. So why don't we just take out the
Yeah,
necromancer?
sure. So, Medusa, Bard, or Thief?
These are it's sort of cheap. You can see how much the other person has. What, their money? Well, you could always discount if you didn't put it face up. Yeah. So my choice is Bard, Medusa, or Thief. Uh, it's between. I mean, basically, I'm basically debating the Bard or Medusa because the Thief is terrible. Let's get Medusa.
Alright, and then these go
And you get your
forward.
beloved merchant.
Yeah, and then I get the merchant for 2.
I get the Bard for 1, so you're stuck with the
Ah.
Thief.
Can I assassinate my own guy? Can I?
No.
After the draft, you can assassinate 1 character of your choice. Doesn't say the opponents.
I guess. You could assassinate your own guy. Yes.
I'm assassinating my own guy. And then I
There's
get...
probably an FAQ about that, but I say why not.
It doesn't say it has to be the other person in the card.
I'm looking at Thief. Oh, that's verified. They have a little
Hey, look at
Q&A
assassin.
about each one. FAQ. Assassin can assassinate himself to get a random replacement. So he can even assassinate himself.
Would that be better then? Because besides this, what are your guys? I want to. Are any of them like? Maybe I'd assassinate your ranger.
Oh, my ranger. Your thief's badness outweighs my ranger's goodness.
I don't know about that. I don't know if he does. I'm gonna assassinate your ranger. Oh, yeah, but then it could be something better though.
Could be. Yeah, I might get the Amazon.
But I'm gonna assassinate it anyway.
Okay, my ranger gets killed by the assassin, meaning I replace it with something random, unplayed from the deck.
I like how you can assassinate himself.
I know the necromancer at the top, so I'm just gonna put it here.
Yeah,
I
just
really
shuffle
wanted to
it. That doesn't matter.
I'm just gonna pick this guy. This is what I get. I got the philosopher.
What does that guy do?
He philosophizes.
He just sits there and thinks.
When a character uses his special ability, you can cancel the effect of that ability. That character gets to move 1 space forward as compensation. So it can be good. But they're moving 1 forward. Alright, let's get into the game.
Alright. I think I got a pretty good
So,
deck. With the exception of the thief and the assassin.
probably the worst thing about this game is the racetrack part of it looks so
Bet.
bad. Yeah, it's not consistent with the cartoony theme. It's just a bunch of rock and grass. They could have done better, but it doesn't really
Went into
matter.
Photoshop.
So all you do is you start, and you roll and move to get to the goal. There's 30 spaces altogether, and we are going to have 5 races. We're each going to secretly choose 1 athlete.
Alright,
to
which...
race.
So, I'm green, you're yellow, I guess?
Yep. So just go here.
So, the first is worth the least.
Yeah, the first is worth the least in points. It's 3 for first place and 1 for second.
Okay.
So usually people don't put their top challenger up front.
I can see your cards.
Okay. Here you go.
Alright.
Alright, it's Bard versus Assassin. So the Assassin is essentially a do nothing.
And yours is when I get a 6, you move one
Exactly.
forward.
Put your guy down. Let's roll.
Yep.
All right. Who's rolling first?
Don't
know.
Roll first.
Let's roll. Go first. That's fine. 1.
All right.
All right. Go for it.
All right.
Assassin is just plain roll and move at this time. Power is done.
5. That's probably the best I could have got.
Looks like a prepping field. That's right. All right. Yeah, 5 is good for you. Got a 4.
4.
So, yeah.
Nope. He's at 9.
So these characters aren't too exciting in this race, and with 2 players, it is just a lot of just roll and move. But when you have like say 5, it gets all crazy with all the interactions that happen. Like my guy swaps with yours, and your guy cancels the power and makes this guy move up by 1, and it's just a blast. But it's still kind of fun too.
Yeah, we don't have 5 people for this, sadly.
Ooh.
6, and then you move forward 1.
Yeah. See, the thing about the Bard though is like, it's like every time you roll a 6, it really hurts me more than my little 1 bonus it gives me. 2.
It's like compensation.
Yeah, it helps a little bit. Okay.
5.
But the 5s are oh. 5's like, couldn't you just roll the 6 there? It's like well, it kind of balances out, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, getting a little close.
3.
Yeah, 6, 4.
Maybe I'll roll 3 ones in a row.
1. Oh, I get to move 1. Okay.
All right.
You
I
win
win
the
that
first
one.
race, you get 3,
What do we
and
win?
I get 1.
3.
Here's your 3 points. This is your leftover money.
Well, this can be this.
Now it's all points. Okay.
The points are
Bard
money.
and Assassin are done.
They finished.
Let's see. Let's pick this one. A new challenger
I pick this one.
appears. All right, Medusa versus
This is the thief.
the thief.
So I get your 1 point.
Oh, you steal my 1 point, you jerk. All right. I think it's the last winner gets to go in the next round, according to the rules. So go ahead.
All right. I go first.
By the way,
What's
my
yours?
power. Anytime you share a space,
Alright.
can I do it right now? Probably not. But
I
I'll
don't
check
think on the
rules.
first turn.
The Medusa's ability is not effective at the start of the race. Okay. So all it is anytime we share the space, I get to turn him to
6.
stone and he misses a turn. This is very temporary stoning. And Ryan says, I like the gameplay, but I have to say the weirdly clashing arts. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the art, but this is the board.
The track.
They could have done better. I think I heard that this is being re-released, so maybe they'll
It is?
maybe they'll come up with better art. I might actually buy it if they do a better job with the art.
Ryan said that in comic book guy voice.
Okay. Oh, we got some fireworks. going outside.
Fireworks.
You keep rolling really well. I'm
Yeah.
never gonna beat you. Gotta catch up to you and turn you to stone at least once.
1.
Yeah,
1.
you got a 1 too.
5. I think it'll get more exciting when we use the stronger guys.
Get a 3. Yeah! You
Alright.
are turned to stone for a turn. That means I go again, essentially. You're back up right now, I
Yep.
suppose. Oh, a lot of good that did, man. Okay.
Then you go again.
That was me going again.
Oh yeah, okay. I get it. 3.
And the Medusa
Alright,
is
just
gonna
don't roll a 1.
be crazy in multiplayer when like you end up turning a lot of people into
Yeah.
2.
Just don't roll a 1. 5.
4, 4, 4.
5. Okay, I need a 5 or 6. 5.
You're rolling too well.
Alright.
He wins again. So again, that is
Too good at rolling.
the second race. It is 4 points for first
And
2 for second. The Bob leads 8-2. Okay, race 3 again. This is for 4 and 2 points. Can make good guy voice. Let's go. Philosopher versus
Centaur.
Centaur. Okay, you go again. And then your power is whenever you overtake a character, and that is defined in the rules by. I'll show you the example, guys. That he is behind me, and in one roll, he goes in front of me. That's the definition of overtake.
What if if I'm
You get to
on the
kick
same
me
space
back.
as you? It doesn't count.
Exactly.
Okay. And
The effect is he kicks me back one space because he's a centaur.
kick you.
He uses horse legs. But
Yeah,
I can
I'm
cancel.
doing good.
That's funny.
Well, you can cancel my ability, but I go for.
Exactly, because I can cancel any special ability, but they get to move one space forward as compensation. But all his special ability is he gets to move.
So do you want to
No,
go
it kicks
back?
me one space. Yeah, I get the choice.
So do you want to go back or do I want to go forward?
Yeah. I could make a difference.
Good.
At first, I was thinking it was the same either way.
It's close though.
Close, yeah. One.
Two.
Yeah, he's on fire. Rob Bob's on fire tonight.
I won 2 out of 3 games so far, and I'm doing good in this game.
You're rolling the dice with great skill. He definitely won. The last game was all skill. He definitely won that one.
5. That's pretty good. I don't know if I'm going to be able to use my ability. 6.
Yeah, let's go. 4.
6. I don't think you can win this. Well, I am a horse, yeah. That explains it. 3 6s in a row.
Jeez.
That's
All right. So
I don't know what the chance of that is.
4 points for you and 2 for me. I get my consolation prize.
I think if you win these last 2, you could come back though.
Maybe because
I do have pretty good cards.
last 2 are worth 5 and 3, so I would have 10 more. You still have 6 more though. I think you'd still win.
Well, do it anyway.
Do it anyway. Okay.
All right.
Druid versus Pirate. And again, I should probably reiterate each
Oh yeah.
ability. So this is when a character uses a special ability, you can advance 1 space.
And my special ability is at the start of your turn, you can kidnap
this is
one
terrible.
other character and move him to your space.
This is where it's going to get a little interesting.
So.
All right, go ahead.
And then you get to move forward 1, I guess, when I kidnap you.
Yeah,
5.
because of my ability.
Cool. So if you get really far ahead, I can bring you back.
Yep. Hold on. You can kidnap and move, right?
Yeah,
so it's
I think so.
You might as well. Oh, I guess
Not yet. It doesn't matter.
When I'm 1 ahead, it doesn't matter.
I got a 1.
But if I'm ever 2 or more ahead, you might as well do it. 6.
I don't have to do it yet.
You don't have to do it yet.
I mean, I might as well. Right? There's no reason not
He
to.
kidnaps me. See how overpowered this pirate is? The reason why he put me 1 ahead of him is because of this.
The pirate's pretty fun though when there's
I can't show the camera.
The pirate's pretty fun when there's like 4
Yeah.
5 people because you're just moving everyone back.
They're like, no, don't move me.
4.
Alright.
1.
Ryan said the pirate needs to put a band-aid over that belly button. Yeah, I think it's infected or something. Look at it.
Yeah, it's
It's just really ugly looking. 5.
And you can just go back.
Oh, that hurts. You
2.
think the one time I'm rolling better, and your pirate can just like take its lasso and put me. Why can't a pirate do that? I guess because wait, did I move forward? Yeah,
Oh, it doesn't matter.
doesn't matter. Yeah, it's like, wait, did I miscount? Oh, it doesn't actually matter. pirate's a jerk.
I'm kidnapping you.
Keep kidnapping me. Goodness.
4.
I guess gotta get a lucky roll like
I need a 6.
here. Come on. These rolls. He's got the lucky charm today. I don't know. All right.
Lucky Charms.
Lucky charm theory. All right, so you get 5 and I get 3. I'm only getting consolation prize points. If we played so that in 2-player you don't get
Oh.
second place points, I would have nothing right now.
Hmm.
You would have this enormous pile.
Alright, and
Final race.
last card.
Demon. Oh, merchant. I forgot you
Merchant.
had merchant. Demon versus merchant. So
Which, okay.
the demon, again, is when another character rolls a die, you can reduce the result by 1. The decision is done before the roll, and the minimum result is 1.
And I have
Most ridiculous.
Merchant, which instead of your turn, you can exchange places with another character.
It's like the pirate, but on
But
steroids.
you get to.
You switch places.
Yeah.
Oh.
You should have saved the philosopher for this.
Alright, you go.
Alright. 4.
Oh no! Oh, I have to call it before, didn't I?
Oh.
I'm reducing it.
Yeah,
Let's just back. I'm doing this. Assume I'm doing it every time.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to announce every time.
That's not really much
I'm
reason
using my
not
demon
to.
every time.
Alright. I'm going 1 less. So 1. It can only be 1. It can't go 0. One.
The demon is pretty powerful. I like this guy.
3.
What?
Hooks 4.
Did I roll that?
Then I roll. Wait. I thought I just rolled it right after.
Did you?
I'll roll it again. If I did roll it.
One of us needs sleep. I think. I don't know who it is though. Oh, drop die.
Five. Wait. I don't know. Okay.
Hey.
Okay. Well, now we can swap.
Evil. Evil pirate. I mean merchant.
You know, maybe you shouldn't have used that power. Because I was just waiting till the end. I don't know. 1. Oh. Just
Roll one.
need a 4.
One.
Need a 4, 5, or 6. I got a 5.
All right, you win
All right.
every race. You win. You got a Pylos thing. You take all of them. And that is magical at
I won every race.
So again, though, there's a reason why they say it's only for 4 or 5 players. We have fun with it anyway, but it's a lot more crazy with 4 or 5 players, and more challenging, and more of, more choices. Like, do I want to swap with this guy or that guy or the other guy, rather than it being kind of a no-brainer because there's only one other player. But it's definitely a really fun game. One of my favorites. That is Magical Athlete. So shall we get to our final game or replay another game? What do you guys think?
I want to do the final game.
Final game, Pylos.
Pylos.
I'm gonna kind of put this one away just because I don't want to lose all the little pieces.
Get
Yeah, go grab Pylos.
It's not
If
in
you
the
can
box.
reach it.
Okay. I was going to grab the box, but it's not in the box.
It goes in here. That's a Magical Athlete from Z-Man Game. This is actually a Japanese game. It's by designer Takashi Ishida, and it had an infamous typo in the name in the original Japanese version.
It
They
said
called it
athlete.
Magical Athlete with an extra E right here. So people would always make fun of that and pronounce it intentionally wrong. Athlete. Would you like to play
Athlete.
Magical Athlete?
Oh, I don't need these.
Hmm?
I'm putting these back.
Okay. Next is Pylos.
Pylos.
Let's do some zoom in. Okay, in this game, there are 15 spheres of each color, dark and light. And we are forming a pyramid with these 30 spheres altogether. And the goal is to be the player placing the last sphere all the way at the top of the pyramid. And so we're taking turns placing one sphere per turn. But there are some interesting rules. So at the start here, all you can do is say I'm the light guy. And I'm going, well, I'll say I'm dark because they're kind of on my side. You can place a thing. And then Rob Bob can place a thing. When things get interesting, though, are when squares are formed. For example, this is a square. Now, when a square is formed, you can start building on top of it. But also, if there's any other marbles, already not marbles, let's use a consistent term, spheres. If any spheres are on the board and they can go up a level, they can do that. Rather than taking a sphere from the reserves, you can take one from below and bring it up a level, but only if there's a space available. And you can never move a supporting sphere, so I cannot take this one off like that. If you form a 2x2 square of all of your own color, that gives you a special bonus. You can take one or two spheres back. So if I made this formation, I can take one, two back. Now why that's good is generally you want to try to have as many in your reserves as you can, because say everything is formed except for the last four spheres, right, of the pyramid. If I have the only four spheres left, then I pretty much win. Do you get what I'm saying?
I think.
So basically the goal is to try to conserve as many spheres as you can. Did I miss any rules? I think I got everything. Let me check the manual real quick though. Slightly funny little story about this game is I lost one of these spheres at one point. And then on Board Game Geek, well, before Board Game Geek, I actually emailed Gigamic. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. But I emailed Gigamic and say, is there any way I could get a replacement sphere? I'll pay money, you know, whatever, however we need to do it. If you don't want to give me one, and they never replied. But then, like a year or so later, on Board Game Geek in the forums, somebody said, "Hey, I'm missing a sphere. Does anybody know how I can get one?" I said, "Well, don't bother to email Gigamic because I asked them and they didn't reply at all." But then someone from Gigamic saw that and he was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. We must have missed your email. Email us privately and I'll send you a replacement." And so they did that, and it came all the way from France, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, Gigamic is a French company. But the rules here, look how many languages it's translated into.
We got.
I don't think I've seen any game that has this many
There's American,
languages.
GB,
It even has the two different Englishes, see that?
Yeah. Well, it's the same place.
Oh yeah, it's the same. But still a lot of
French.
languages. Do you want to try reading the Japanese one?
I could try.
Do we even have Japanese?
Yeah, it's at the bottom.
Oh yeah, down here.
31.
Is that Slovak or something? Anyway, let me just review the rules real quick to make sure I'm not missing something. I think I basically said it all. Yeah, so when you make that 2x2 square of your own color, you immediately take back either one or two of your spheres from the board. You may recover any sphere belonging to he may recover any sphere belonging to him by picking them up from any level of the pyramid, including the one he just placed, except for those spheres that support other spheres. You're pretty much never able to take off a supporting sphere. And in the same move, it is possible for a player, let's try to draw out what they're saying. So I say this is the board. It's possible for a player to raise up one of his spheres, thus to make us. Okay, I have to make more stuff happen to complete this example. It's gonna be tough actually. The example is that I could actually do the raising technique like this and complete my own square.
And then take 2 back.
And immediately take 2 back.
Okay.
Oh, it just mentions that as an example of like a combo move you can do.
Okay.
All right.
Well.
Yeah, these spheres are gonna get away from us, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
What happens when you have a game piece that's a sphere?
Shall we do a roll off again?
Yep.
To see who goes first. I rolled a 5.
5. And I rolled
Ryan says around here we speak American.
a 3. So you go first.
Okay. So, what I'm thinking right now is, do I want to pick something along the outside or put it in the inside? I don't know what's better offhand. Put it there.
Put it somewhere. Alright, I'm gonna go put it here.
Okay. America. Do, 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 do. I will not form a square. I will form a rhombus. Sure, go ahead. Kind of rolled into place.
Oh.
So I moved it up instead of playing from my reserves. But now Rob, he came up with a cool strategy here. Now if I can't, he can form a square no matter which place I choose. So let's see. Let's go there.
Okay. Then I put this down.
Hold on. Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry.
And then can I put one on top?
While you take back 1 or 2 pieces.
Oh right. So oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Take these 2.
Okay. What's your move?
Thinking.
Stinking.
Stinking.
Okay.
Ah, let's do that.
Now I have a square.
And you get to take 2
I
back.
still count as a square even though it's covered, I think, right?
I think so.
Yeah, as far as I'm aware. Let me just check real quick. Okay. Player who makes a square of spheres in his own color immediately takes back either 1 or 2 squares. Spheres. Yeah, I think I do. Get to take them back. Okay, let's see how I want to play this. Some interesting decisions. If I take away this one, I open up Rob Bob making his own square here.
Yep.
If I take this one, that lets him climb up here if he wants to. So I'm going to take away this guy, and I guess this guy.
Okay.
another square, I guess.
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta think of
You
how
did
many
one.
I'm taking away.
Oh yeah, you got a square. Wait, can you? I don't know. You can only take one away. And you
Take
take
from the
that. You
top.
have to take that
I
one.
do the top. Another one.
Mm.
So let's start with that. And let me decide which other one I want to do. Oh, it's kind of tough. I haven't really quite thought through these strategies yet.
Yeah, me neither.
Bunch. Let's go with this one, perhaps.
Okay. Putting one here.
And then we'll move up this one. All right, Ryan's going. Ryan's leaving. I was gonna say going to bed, but I don't know if that's true. See you, Ryan. Thanks for joining with us. And I'm sure I'll see you on your stream or on my next stream or something like that. Have a good night. Yeah. Let's see what I want to do here. I can't. Piece. Put something here.
Okay. It's actually kind of easier to look at the camera because I can see what's over here. Oh, I guess I'll put it. Yeah, put it here.
I can raise them up. We're gradually building a pyramid.
I'm trying to think.
The way the Egyptians built a pyramid.
Yeah, they just played Pylos for a really long time. Oh, and so if I
Check something on my camera.
think I put one here.
That was something with a manual. It's not autofocus. There we go.
I went.
What did you do?
I put
Corner?
one there. Yeah.
Okay.
I think you're definitely winning.
Maybe.
Let me put one up there.
Nice pile going. It's the third level.
What's your piece? Am I gonna run out?
Trying to keep in mind of my stuff, but they want to be with you.
Oh.
Let's get that focus issue fixed. Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't look a little sharp. That's right. Whatever. It's just a bunch of spheres. Okay. Let's see. It looks like we have, according to YouTube, one viewer. That means we must have Arturo and somebody else. Hmm. All right, not a huge amount of movement, but it's interesting to think about your options. Okay. That's not where I meant to put it.
Well,
Okay, if I move
I don't
this
think
here,
it matters.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, you're right. Actually could have been red, whatever. see. I cannot make anything jump yet.
I think you have to put it either on there.
Go here,
Yeah.
here, here.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Got 2 marbles left.
Yeah.
I mean, spheres. Sorry, spheres.
Spheres.
I will hop up here.
Anywhere I can hop to. I don't think so. I think I can only do this.
And now, this is
And
where
then you win.
I fill in everything.
Alright.
Ta-da! The pile of spheres has been completed. Actually, what I could have done, watch this. I can make an infinite loop. As soon as I complete this square, I take off 2. Take off 2. I go 1, 2, and I take off 2. Alright, well, that was some Pylos action. We're not exactly pros at any of these games, by the way, but we have some fun. And that is by Gigamic, or Gigamic, I don't know how you say this. Alright, well, what do you think?
Alright, I think I'm gonna go
He's
to
gonna
bed.
go to bed, and since I don't have any solo board games, I actually might be able to find one. But yeah, let me say goodnight to Rob Bob, and I will take a break, and I will think about if I have any solo board games I could play. Let me think about it. I might just wind up saying goodnight though as well, but let's do that. Good night, Rob Bob.
Good night.
See you in
Stream,
the morning.
whoever's watching.
Good night, stream. But I will see if I can come up with any. I definitely have solo games. I just don't know if I have any that I'm ready to play, and that wouldn't be like too complicated. But yeah, see you, Rob Bob. Thanks for playing with me. But yeah, you guys hold on. I'm gonna be back in like 1 or 2, probably let's say 2 or 3 minutes. I gotta make a pit stop as well. Maybe 5 minutes. All right, hold on, guys. Yes, like I mentioned before, I'm going to take a break and set up a solo board game. Okay, it's something totally unplanned by me, but I'm gonna get crazy because Saturday night. And Saturday night it's time to get crazy. So this is a game called, as you can see, Dungeon Quest, and you can play this from anywhere from 1 to 4 players. This is an older version of this game. There's been a more recently released one from like I don't know 2006 or something like that. This one's from the 80s, put out by Games Workshop, who's most famous for Warhammer and the like. But this was originally designed by some Swedish designer. It was called something like Drakborgen. Let me put on my camera again. And I'm totally winging it here because I haven't played this game in like 12 years, and goes pretty quickly, even though it's kind of a big board, and it's got like a zillion cards and stuff too. But it does go pretty quickly. The only catch is that I haven't played it in so long that I might have to review a lot of things. But I don't know. I figure I'm gonna get crazy and just go with it. So the idea in this game is, like most things, it's a dungeon crawl. You're trying to get treasure and kill monsters and stuff. But the interesting thing is, one thing, the game is extremely deadly. You usually don't win. It's kind of exciting when you do. And the idea is just to get more treasure than the other players and not die. Since I'm playing solo, is just try to get as much treasure as you can. Basically, you could keep track of a high score log or something and try to beat your previous high scores or whatever if you care about such things. Um, but one of the fun gimmicks of this game is this sun track. So each turn, time progresses a little bit, represented by the sun track. And it's supposed to be that you enter the dungeon at dawn, because you know that at nighttime, uh, the monsters become so powerful and ravenous that they'll instantly kill anybody who's in this dungeon. So that's basically a timer. Once it gets to this final skull, the sun has gone down and you just die. And so you move through the dungeon, usually 1 square at a time. You're drawing a tile as you go. Each tile has different effects, as shown here. I can read what they say because you probably can't read each one. Corridors are special because they allow you to get a free move when you get one. But that's the idea. You fight monsters and things. So I don't know. If you want to bear with me, then cool. I appreciate it. If not, that's okay too. I'm gonna kind of have to remember how to play this as I go. But one fun thing in this game has all these interesting decks of cards that have fun shapes, like these door cards, like doors. And the corpse cards are shaped like corpses. I guess they're kind of shaped almost like a casket. And what that means is, you encounter a dead body and you want to search them. Well, actually, there's a crypt deck too, which is more like a casket. So you could actually find a crypt card that is a corpse, and then it'll say, look in, draw a corpse card or something like that. But yeah, I have to sort through all these, so it's gonna be a little while. Also, there's these special amulets, and I made my own as well because I'm crazy. I think they require another player though, so I'm gonna skip those. I made some of my own amulet cards because I was just being creative. 1 year I did that. But yeah, it's gonna be a while probably. Probably in over my head here, honestly. It's like it is a fast and simple game, but there's like a zillion cards you have to sort through and shuffle. And I will probably need a rules refresher because again, it's been like 12 years. I don't know why I remember it's 12 years. I remember something that was going on that year, right? In 2010, I had a big group of people playing. And I actually, on Board Game Geek, someone invented an alternate map. See, this one only supports 4 players. The game really only supports 4 players. You each start in one of these 4 towers in the corners. And somebody made an alternate version where it supports 8 players. So I actually had myself and 6 others playing this game. So with a 7-player DungeonQuest, it was a ton of fun. That's the last time I played this game. Oh yeah, the center is the treasure hoard. That's where you get the most treasure. But there's a horrible dragon in there. Because, of course, dragons guard treasure. These trap cards are around. It's kind of fun, all these different decks. Yeah, that's where you get the vast concentration of treasure in the treasure hoard. So, you can find treasure throughout the dungeon, but you'll tend to get a ton more from the dragon. But every time you search the dragon's lair, you have to draw one of these special dragon cards, which are actually more like cardboard tokens than regular cards. Well, all it is there's 7 cards that depict the dragon sleeping, and there are 7. There's one that shows him awake and breathing fire. So the idea is, if you draw one of the sleeping dragon cards, you're good and you get to steal the treasure. But if you don't, he wakes up and breathes fire on you, dealing a ton of damage. You can survive, but it's a ton of damage. It's like a D12, potentially a ton. It could be barely anything. And then I think you drop all the treasures you had. So it's a really unlucky event if that happens. And you can push your luck. You don't reshuffle each time, so each subsequent attempt increases the odds that you're going to wake the dragon. And Sue says every time you search the dragon's lair, you should have to recite the narration from the Dragon's Lair arcade game. I'll leave that to you, Stu. I think you remember all that. I don't remember. I remember the tone of voice, but that's about it. That was really cool to hear in the arcade. You're like, oh, I hear Dragon's Lair. Like, blah, 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 Dirk the Daring. That's my impression, I guess. Yeah, the tone of voice is the most important. It doesn't really matter what he says. The one interesting thing about this game is in the combat system, when you play kind of the real way, which is with other people, is you choose what moves you want to make in combat, and the other person controls a monster, and you can there's like a chart that resolves how each one interacts. It's kind of like rock paper scissors. You can't really read this, but you can decide to issue a mighty blow, a slash, or you can leap aside, and it's one that counters the others all the time. But a mighty blow versus a slash does double the damage. So you try to get in each other's heads. It's a lot of fun. Mighty blow. And it's like a thing I noticed that new players always try to do mighty blow first. It's kind of like on The Simpsons where Bart is playing rock paper scissors with Lisa, and he says, "Good old rock." So you can always expect the noobs to do mighty blow because it sounds awesome. Good old rock. Nothing beats rock. But yeah, I didn't expect to do this at all. So this is not the main show. This is if you just want to watch me fiddle with cards for an hour or whatever. The game really though it's pretty quick playing though. I have a feeling I'm going to be taking like probably another like 20 minutes to set up and go through the rules, but then the game itself might only take like a half hour. Honestly, no, like the main gist of the rules. I'm just gonna have to read a bunch of edge cases and things. And I might have, I guess I have the expansions mixed in here, so that could make add some complications. There's two expansions. By the way, Stu, I got one of those replicates of Dragon's Lair. I'm waiting for it to actually arrive. It's going to be a while, probably. I also got Space Ace. That was their last offering, Space Ace and Dragon's Lair. And there were two models of each, but I only got, one of each. I'm not one of those insane collectors that has to have everything. Okay, let's see. A couple more rune cards, and these are, I think I intentionally took these out. They're like a slightly easier mode where you take out a few of these rune cards. Let's make it hard. I'm gonna put all these in. It's like this game is really evil, and there's stuff like, well, your torch goes out. I guess easier to show this way. That means you can't move until you spend like a bunch of turns trying to light your torch again. Meanwhile, you have this time limit. It's a very evil and brutal game. It's Dungeon Quest. Instead of shuffling all the cards, I'm gonna do something different where I just pick a card from like the middle every time I draw. That way I can save time. I don't even know if the game tends to naturally like sort itself, so it might not make a difference. Got a few more cards here. Yeah, I think the ones I have in the box that were separate were like things I removed to make the game easier. But I don't care. I'm getting evil. I'm getting evil right now. Yeah, I agree, Stu, that Space Ace is not as good as Dragon's Lair, but that's cool. I want to have it anyway. And I haven't really played through it. I only played that one time when you watched me on my Laserdisc stream. I don't think I'd ever played the game before that. Okay, huh. Where do we actually have the rules? That's good. That would be a good thing to find. So I have three boxes, and this one is heroes. This one's heavy because it has all these metal miniatures for each of the characters. There's only 4 characters in the original set, but this one, Heroes of Dungeon Quest, has 8 additional guys. I think I'm gonna play with one of the basic ones though. But I do have all these fancy miniatures. Let's take a look at that. I think I tried painting a few. I gave up miniature painting though because I don't know. I was terrible at it, and this is actually a miniature I painted who's not for this game. It's a Space Marine with a power sword. Must blay blee. I guess you're quoting that game. Yeah, here's all the miniatures. I guess. All right. There's all the game miniatures in here as well as other random things I painted. Here is kind of the cover boy, Sir Rohan. He's everybody's favorite as a first choice, but he's not really that good actually. Huh, strangely. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. So I'm saying wow because I have this other game called Fury of Dracula. It's basically, set in the Dracula world, and you can play as Van Helsing and Dr. Seward, etc. And I thought I was missing some of the figures, but I just found this guy. I don't remember which one he is. The guy holding the cross, and I had painted him, and I thought he was missing, but I guess I just started him with Dungeon Quest accidentally. So that's good to know. Let me put him aside. I think I might be missing another one too, but hopefully he's here or she. That's funny. Okay, so yeah, I had a fun time painting this guy because I saw the large wart on his button. I was like, really, I got to paint that? Well, I might as well make it a nice brown. I might as well give it character, not just paint it like the yellowish color. But yeah, I guess I did complete some of these miniatures that I was painting. It's fun to paint them. It just I would spend so much time and then like get frustrated at my slow progress. But this is a ninja character. This one's not finished. I think his name is Tori Jima or something like that. This is one of the original characters. He's an archer named Eladorin Sure Shot. He's a ranger. Let's see if the focus actually works. Focus doesn't want to focus on him. There we go. So his special ability is bow, basically. All right. A lot of them I just sprayed the primer on, but that's it. They're gray now. Stu says that must blably is something some robots say that I have no clue WTF it is. Okay. Oh yeah, there's also plastic pieces for the original. Yeah, that's right. Some of them are metal, but the original guy like this guy are actually plastic. All the ones from the expansion are metal. Anyway, I'm glad I found my Dracula character. And Stu says my special ability is killing people. Nice. The Catacombs is another expansion where you can kind of take another route through the dungeon by going underground. It's not super well done, but that's okay. I kind of like everything about this game except the Catacombs. But here are the character cards. This guy, the thief, named Rildo the Crafty. This is Bright Flame, who's the familiar of some like sorceress character. Sir Roland. Let me start with the original guy. I just want to be the original guys. Here is the archer or ranger that I showed you earlier, Eladoran Sure Shot. It's only 4 main characters. They have the simplest abilities, so I'm kind of thinking of just sticking with them. Ulf Grimhand, the Barbarian. Volric, the Brave. He is an adventurer. And then we have the cover boy. Where is he? Mr. Sir Rohan, the Knight. Maybe I'll be him because I like his miniature. I did a decent paint job on the miniature. But I don't like him as much as a character because mostly because if you look at his stats, his armor is super high and his life points are very high. For some reason, armor rarely comes up in this game, and agility and luck come up a lot, but his agility and luck are low. So he's kind of not the best character. It's not that I told myself that. Maybe I'll choose somebody else. I don't know. Well, they do it. You know, we could actually look at the other characters too, but I don't know. I think the most straightforward ones sound good. Volric the Brave has a lot of luck. 8 luck. You know what the hell? I'm going with Sir Rohan. Again, he's a cover model. Every noob likes to play as him. Okay. So since we're playing solo, we don't get to do the combat where you choose your move of slash, leap aside, or mighty blow. There's just, I think you just roll a die. Because who am I gonna, you know, play rock, paper, scissors against? There's no AI here. I'm thinking of just maybe just starting and looking up things that need be. But let me at least check how the combat works solo, because I don't remember precisely. But yeah, I think it involves basically rolling a die instead of the usual nonsense. Solo might be stuck in the back. Solo Dungeon Quest. Dungeon Quest makes an excellent solo game where one character tries to beat the perils of Castle Dragonfire in a race against the clock. A solo game uses all the normal rules except for combat, which is handled as follows. Combat counters are not used in the solo game. Roll the d12. Consult the following table. You might say you win at solo Dungeon Quest if you manage to escape with at least 1 treasure token before nightfall. If you want to set yourself a harder target, you might say that you need to beat your previous highest treasure total. Yeah, so I think that's a good way to go. And I'm not going to just get 1 treasure and leave. I'm just going to try to get, like, think of it like getting a high score. I'll try to get a good high score. And if I ever play solo again, I can try to beat the last high score. But let me find these little cone doohickeys that you need to keep track of things in this game. Plastic cones. We got a D12, by the way. I think I need a D6. Look, fortunately, I have a bunch from Liar's, not Liar's Dice, Don't Stop and stuff. D10. Oh yes, here are the dragon pieces. This is what I was talking about with the dragon breathing fire and stuff. So you just have the little deck of 8 counters. Seven of them look like this. Dragon is asleep. But if you get that unlucky 1 and 8, the terrifying rah. Excuse me, I'm burping. Alright, I'm going to mix these up. I don't want to know which one is the dragon. And I'll probably pick from the middle again as well. Okay, we're gonna put these right here. Also, these are the treasure tokens that you can steal from the dragon horde. They say to put it in a cup, whatever. I'm just gonna put it in a pile. I'm just gonna put it off to the side and close my eyes and pick one when I need it. Okay. What else we got here? Yes. So for that whole thing I keep talking about, it's kind of like rock, paper, scissors. It actually has 3 tokens for each character, including the monster. So if you fight this kind of Death Knight monster, then the player who's controlling the Death Knight would have 3 of these, 1 for Slash, 1 for Mighty Blow, and 1 for Leap Aside. And you would take those. And it doesn't really matter. Like, you could use any of them, but it's kind of just for flavor. You get to see the monster you're fighting, or the character you're playing as. For example, here's Sir Rohan, the character I'm playing. This is Leap Aside. Here's the barbarian character, Ulf Grimhands, Leap Aside. And this is one of the mountain trolls, Mighty Blow, etc., etc. But I don't get to use those because I'm playing with myself. All right, let's get some of these tokens. These cones going. I think we use yellow for the turn tracker. Doesn't really matter which color as long as you know what you're doing. I take one of these cones for my character. He's got 17 life points. Not sure if you can see the cards well at all. Hopefully you can at least see the numbers. I'm going to start from this corner. That way I can just kind of put stuff over here. And the idea is I'm going to be placing 1 tile as I move 1 space per turn. If I actually, for some reason, manage to build the dungeon out this way, I can just move things out of the way. But probably I won't need to. But, I'm going to be trying to go to the center. That's generally the idea in this game. Go to the center, get some treasure, hopefully not wake the dragon. Anything else I need to do? Maybe I can just jump into it. Yeah, I'm just going to jump into it and look up things as needed. So I have this big box lid, or it's the box bottom actually, of all the room tiles. So what I'm going to do is get my miniature. And I'm kind of only choosing this character because the miniature looks pretty cool. I take one of these Space Marines I painted instead. Now we got Mr. Sir Rohan with his shining sun on his shield. My own design, by the way, because he doesn't actually have a shield in his mug here. I was proud of myself. I used to I like added shading to the cape and everything. Cloak. I'm not that good of a painter, but I used to just paint flat characters, and by the time I was painting these guys, I actually learned a little bit about shading and stuff. It's not exactly going to win prizes, but it looks pretty cool. All right, so Mr. Rohan, all I do is basically, I start on turn 1 by sliding this right here, and I choose what direction to go. It doesn't really matter. It's better to go up or to the right. I don't know. I'm going to go up. So I'm going to take something from here. I'm not going to look because I don't want to cheat. I picked mine. Now it's a Quoridor. Corridors are good because they let you take an extra move. You can just move right through them. And you don't have to draw any room cards or anything else that can be nasty But you also, by the same token, you can't find anything good. But you can see the arrow here. That's the direction you're coming from, right? So I'm going to be placing it like this. Unfortunately, this one, path leads right into the wall of the dungeon, so that's not useful to me. But I can go here. So I draw a tile, and this is all in turn one. Normally you don't get to do this, but if you get the occasional corridor, it's good. Now, the time is really of the essence of this game, so anytime you get some corridors, that's really good usually. This time I got just an ordinary room. It looks like this. Now, when you find an ordinary room, you draw a room card. Okay, see you later, Stu. Thanks for joining. Now, I have to ask Arturo, are you still here? Or am I just kind of talking to myself? Thank you, Stu. Have a good night, if you didn't leave already. So what I'm going to do, instead of bother to shuffle, I'm just going to pick one kind of from the middle. And my room card is something empty, not very exciting. Sometimes it's what you're praying for, though, if you're like really low on hit points or something. So that was turn one, that's it. We advanced the sun marker to turn two. And now let's take a turn in this direction. What have I drawn? It is another ordinary room. Not that it matters with the four-way ordinary room, but the idea is I would put it like this, and it's because of the arrow direction. And now Sir Rohan entered another room, but will he find something dangerous this time? Yes, he finds a death warrior. Okay, let me figure out how this works. Normally, you would try to think how the monster cards figure into this. Yeah, there's like this whole. I guess when you play single player, you don't do this, but there's a whole thing where you can. I'm just gonna show this as a sample card. You as the player can choose to attack, wait and see, or escape. And the way it works is the other player would tell you what happens. So like say, and again this is just a dummy card that I'm using. But say I choose to wait and see. Now you look up Death Warrior, right? It says combat 4 life points. So that means I have to fight it and it has 4 life points. But the other player controlling the Death Warrior doesn't tell me how many life points it has. So it adds kind of suspense and uncertainty. But he tells me combat. And the Death Warriors thing is they don't usually run away. You can look at, if you look at under wait and see, you look at Goblin and Mountain Trolls, they sometimes flee. They're more cowardly. And goblins, they like flee a lot if you attack them. They just cower off when you attack them. But you never know what's going to happen because another player is holding this card. But I have to see how this actually gets resolved in single player because I'm not exactly sure. Thanks for the like, whoever got 4 likes tonight. Appreciate that. I might just be skipping that part entirely, which is it's kind of half the fun of the combat though, so that would be a shame. Actually in solo, kind of all the combat is worse in my opinion. Okay, it doesn't say to do anything different about the monster card. How does that work though? I guess I would still choose one. The options, and I would be the one to look at the result. That seems to make sense. So let me just check the rules quick though, because I'm a little bit uncertain. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna do that. So basically, the Death Warriors, I think they always just combat you. So I'm gonna take one from the middle, and I'm going to choose attack the Death Warrior. So what happens? Death Warrior Combat 3 life. Now if I oh, I'm looking at wait and see. 3 life. For in the attack section it's only 2 life, so it's actually a pretty weak Death Warrior. Excuse me. Where's my water? I kinda need it. Shoot. Okay. I think I lost my water. Maybe I left it downstairs. Alright, so yeah. What you do is you keep track of the monster damage over here. I just need another cone. And again, with 2 players or multiplayer, it's more fun because like you can see the damage gradually accumulating as you hurt the enemy. And they're like, he's not there yet. Only the person controlling the monster knows how much hit points it has until he's dead. So yeah, I have to fight this Death Warrior, and I don't use the fun rock paper scissors method because solo. So instead, I rolled a d12, and let's see what happens. I have 17 hit points to start. Okay, I rolled a 3, which is bad, probably. That is the character loses 1 hit point, so I take 1 damage. Because the board is kind of curved, the die is rolling very crazily. A 10 is good though. Monster loses 2 life points and is dead. It only had 2. Now, unlike most games of this nature, you don't get anything from winning a combat. All the combat does is serve the purpose of hurting you and ultimately killing you. Here's my wonderful miniature again. I like looking at it. Alright, so that is essentially turn 2. So let's go to turn 3. Draw a card. What room do we find? We find kind of another ordinary room, despite its stylistic choices here. It is just an ordinary room. And you can actually tell if there's any doubt by the color of the arrow. And the legend is all down here, if you need that. I don't really need it personally. I might need to look at it later. I forgot. I'm supposed to call which direction I'm going. I meant to go this way. You could say I was kind of cheating because this would be very bad if it's going that way, but I did intend to go this way. You'll have to trust me on that. And let's take a room card. I got Snotlings. Oh, so they're from one of the expansions. I think they're from Catacombs. So I'm not too used to them. I haven't played with the expansions a ton. Snotling. In the Games Workshop, I guess the Warhammer universe, they have these Snotlings, which are kind of like lesser goblins even. Like you have the orcs. I think they call all those guys collectively like greenskins. But you have orcs who are kind of stronger than goblins who are stronger than Snotlings. But the Snotlings come in, I guess, hordes. So I think I have to like roll a dot, like a d12 to see how many Snotlings there are, or something like that. How many Snotlings are there? Snotlings. Trying to see if I can hold this up. One of the stone slabs in the room flips open, and a screaming horde of Snotlings rushes out and attacks you. Take the Snotling counters and put them beside your character sheet. Then roll the d10 and the d6, total them, and take Snotling counters to that value. I'm going to hold this down because it's hurting my arm. It's just awkward, I mean. You must now fight them. Roll the d10 to see how many you kill in the first round of combat. If there are any left, you lose 2 life points, and then roll d6 to see how many extra Snotlings join the fight. Carry on rolling the d10 to see how many Snotlings you kill, and the d6 to see how many appear, until a d10 roll kills all the Snotlings in front of you. At this point, you'll be able to knock back the stone slab, so that no more can appear and your turn will be over. Each round after the first, that the Snotlings are still in front of you, you lose 1 more life points. The only time you lose 2 is in the first round. Okay. Note the Snotling counters come in different values, which should use like change to show how many Snotlings you were fighting. Yeah, I got it. Alright, so let me find these Snotling counters. Where the heck are they? Guess they're in this catacombs box, maybe. Snotling. That's a funny name, I gotta say. Little green boogers. Here we go. Here's a fiver. Alright, so I'm going to be rolling a d10 and a d6, it said, I think. For how many snotlings? Let me just check that again. Yep. Alright, let's see how many. Hopefully it's only like 8 or fewer. It is 10. 10 snotlings. Because I rolled a 9 on the d10 and a 1 on the d6. Alright, let's just start with the big 10 then. 10 snotlings. Alright, so I have to roll a d10 to see how many I kill. And if there are still any left, it does 2 hit points of damage to me. And then 1d6 of them come back, and we keep repeating with that. I kill a d10, d6 come back, and they do 1 damage at a time after the first round. Okay, so I kill 2 of them only. And so that means there's 8 left. And I take 2 damage, so I'm down to 14. And now 1d6 of them come back. 1. This is now 9 snotlings. Okay, so now I roll a d10 to see how many I kill. Killed 7. So now there's only 2 left because there were 9. And I take 1 damage. Ouch! And how many come back? 1. Okay, good. I'm rolling good with the regeneration rolls at least. How many regenerate? 3. So now I just need a 3 or higher, and I've killed them all on the d10. 1. Just my luck, huh? Okay, we're back to 2 snotlings. And I take a damage, so I'm down to 12. And 1d6 regenerates. 4. So we're back to 6. This is terrible. 6 little snotlings jumping on the bed. Let's see, can I roll a 6 or higher? 1. Are you kidding me? So that's 5. I take a damage and have 11 hit points left, and 5 more come. Jesus Christ. Alright, so now there's 10 little snotlings. Just give me a roll of a 10 for Christ's sake. 1! You kidding me? D6 regenerate 6! Jesus Christ. I'm gonna die from this early encounter with snotlings. Alright, now there's 15 snotlings. I desperately need a 10 now. 7. Okay, so 8 snotlings. I take a damage. And how many regenerate? Just like 1. 6! Mother. Snotling just keep coming. Take a damage, I'm down to 9. Give me a freaking 10. Yes, I got a 10. Okay. So we can get rid of the 5, the 3, and the 2. There are 4 snotlings left. I take a damage. How many regenerate? 2. Okay, maybe I'll finally finish them off. There's 6 snotlings. 6 or higher, and I killed them. 7, I finally killed them all. I'm down to 8 hit points, so Jesus Christ. That was a horrible encounter. Okay. Next day, it's turn 4. We move closer to the treasure hoard. Badly hacked to pieces by snotlings. Getting scratched up anyway. Maybe they just bite my ankles or something. Okay. Let's see what we encounter next. By the way, if anybody's still here, I know a bunch of people were here before, but I don't know if anybody's watching it. Please say hi in the chat. So I like to know that I'm not just talking to myself anymore. Anyway, we found another plain old room, but the directions are lining up pretty nicely. So it looks like it may, get me to that treasure hoard. At least so far it's going alright-ish, with the exception of the snarling. But as far as the layout goes, it's going very well, actually. So let's draw a random room card. So again, once again, a regular room. Let's pick this one. It is an amulet. Okay. The thing about the amulets is they are triggered at an unknown time to use a player. So another player holds onto the amulet card that you draw. So I'm going to draw another amulet card, and they're supposed to trigger it unbeknownst to you when something, special happens. But I'm just gonna have to look at the card myself. That's just the only way to do it solo. Now I actually thought I would supplement the deck with my own homemade amulets several years ago. So I might just draw from that deck. But let me see what it says about uh, amulets in the reference sheet. It's possible I don't have to take one even. But hey, I might as well. Amulet. Here we go, amulet. You have found a magic amulet. If you wish to keep it, the player on your right must draw an amulet card. And it tells you how they work. Yeah, basically, again, it'll say something like, for example, I'm just making this up, something that makes you automatically kill all goblins. That you wouldn't know what it does. You keep it face down. You keep the card face down. But then it's actually the person to your right would act as sort of like the DM, so to speak. And then as soon as you encounter a goblin, that person, the other player, would say, you encounter the goblin, and you automatically kill him. But we don't have that luxury because we're playing solo, so I'm just going to take one anyway. And I'll just have to look at it myself. And I'm going to draw from my my homemade deck of amulets. Or basically, I supplemented the original. I kept all the originals and added some more. Because I like to play game designer sometimes. So these are my amulet cards that I homemade. You can tell they're homemade because the edges didn't quite all get cut right. And the cards are kind of cheesy. But I had a lot of fun making my own. I guess I thought the weight, if I recall correctly, these are original cards here, by the way. The amount of really terrible cards was too high, I thought. So I thought I would make a deck that keeps the terrible stuff intact, but adds more bonuses as well. Because something that's part of the problem with this game is a lot of these decks are like, I think the crypt card is another example, but I don't really remember because it's been so long. It's like the number of bad effects and the severity of them are just so bad that you're better off just saying, I think I'm going to stay away from that. And that kind of makes the game, if you want to play the game well, it almost encourages you to like be a chicken. So I don't know. Anyway, I made my own amulet. So yeah, again, this kind of defeats the purpose of amulets. They don't have another player, but let's just go with it. So here's what I get. I get the Amulet of Command. It acts as soon as the player draws an Orc or Champion of Chaos card, including sneak attacks for one of those two monsters. The monster prepares to attack, and then, seeing your amulet, stops its headlong charge and stands to attention. You have found one of the Wizard's Amulets of Command, which he used to lead his mighty armies of Orcs and Chaos Champions. As long as you wear this amulet, those creatures will not harm you. Okay, so I can't be attacked by Orcs or Champions of Chaos. I guess it's treated as an auto victory, sort of. I'll just put that here. That is one of the originals, by the way, not one of my inventions. I'm pretty sure. Like 99% sure. And that's the turn. Turn 5. Again, once the sun fully rises and then fully goes down, it is death time. All the monsters become especially numerous and vicious, and it's just instant death for Sir Rohan. But we have a lot of time still. As far as time goes, we're doing great. As far as hit points, not so great. So let us draw another room. We're going this way. I have chosen another ordinary room. I don't know what those orange things are. I guess they're supposed to be tiles. So this one unfortunately goes to the west, which isn't any good for me, but it does go north as well. It would be better, however, for me if it went this way, because then I'd have more options should the north tile be like a dead end or something like that. That's okay. It's still not bad. It's just not perfect. This room tile is... Oh no, I think this one sucks. Vampire. See Catacombs reference. Alright. I'll see the Catacombs reference. You have been surprised by a vampire. He attacks swiftly, trying to bite you, and then turns into a bat and flies off before you can defend yourself. To find out if the vampire manages to bite you, you must roll less than your agility or armor, whichever is highest. Oh, this expansion actually did add some value to armor. It's the original. In the original, there was only like one single card in the whole game, I think, that armor was good for. But in the expansion, they added something, so that's good. So Sir Rohan has a 9 of armor, and that's good. We need 9 or less on a d12. If you fail, place the card beside your character sheet. You immediately lose 1 life point and will lose a further 1 life point at the start of each turn from now on. The only way to survive is to get out of Dragonfire Castle, where your companions will be able to cure you. If you die, you will rise as a vampire in 3 days' time and become a guardian of Dragonfire Castle for all eternity. That's just flavor text. But 9 or less is good odds, but I don't know. I'm not feeling too confident somehow. This game's evil. So here's the D12. I need 9 or less on it. Anything but a 10, 11, or 12 will do it. Let's roll. I kind of hate these curved. These aren't supposed to have a curve to it, but they're kind of warped. But I hate the way that the die rolls down the curve. But anyway, I'm going to hold this flat. And let's get that 9 or less. 11. Did not roll a 9 or less. Unfortunately, that means I had 8. And that means I have to kind of just run now and retreat. Well, I have the vampire. That sucks. 9 or less, and I couldn't roll that. Yeah, so that means I take the damage. I have 7 now. All I can do is, have 5, 4, 3, 2. Quarter lets me move extra. All I can do is escape. Then I end the game with no treasure. Alright, I don't know. I'm just going to keep playing and not just retreat because that's not fun. But I basically have no chance of winning. Let's just see if I can get any treasure from the dragon before I die. Okay, so next turn, I lose a life point from the vampire's curse, or his bite. Let's move up there. Draw a random room. And I find a nice 4-way ordinary room. So, as far as the map goes, I'm having great luck. As far as everything else, not so much. Like, you don't normally get these convenient things. You get things like a rotating room, which is a dead end, and also the tile rotates 180. And you get a lot of times you get like maybe an L-shaped corridor that go this way instead of taking me towards the dragon and all that kind of crap. So yeah, as far as that goes, I'm doing pretty good. It's just no way of actually winning now. Anyway, let's draw the random room card. We find a champion of chaos. And thanks to my amulet, he doesn't want to fight me, so I can just discard him. They're usually the most badass of the normal monsters in the game, so that's good. Okay, next turn, I lose another life point. It'd be nice if you could and if I actually play this game seriously, I could house rule this, but it'd be nice if it was maybe just give the player a tiny prayer. Like each turn you can roll the d12. And if he rolls a 12, he fights off the bite or something. I don't know. I think that would be fun to do. I like the house. This is a game that's great to house rule and make your own stuff for, by the way. Anyway, let's move here. And have another room. Okay. This is pretty good too. This is just another ordinary room with the exit on the opposite way of the entrance. Let's grab another room. Are you kidding me? More snotlings? Holy crap, I'm gonna get killed. Freaking snotlings are gonna kill me. Between the snotlings and the vampire. Did I even deduct my... I don't think I deducted my life point. Maybe I did. I'm gonna go with I did. I'm already screwed about 5 different ways. Alright, so the snotlings, again, you roll a d6 and a d10 to see how many there are. There are 8. And I kill 1d10 of them. Where the hell did I put those snotling counters? Where are you, my snotlings? Okay. Oh, I forgot an important thing. You start with a magical ring at the start of the game that gives you a power. I'm gonna just, even though it's kind of cheesy, I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna pick it now. You're supposed to pick one of them at the start. I think there's a healing one that could be very useful for me, so I'm gonna say I get that. But here's some of them. Blinding. You can blind one creature and evade it from regular combat, one monster. I don't think that would apply to the vampire though, so I can't say I had that. There's luck. I have to remember what that actually means. I think it means you automatically pass a luck roll, though, probably. What else? Warning is for traps. It cancels the trap, I believe. Ring of Transformation. Lets you redraw a room tile. Yeah, so it's really cheesy, but the game's kind of cheesy. So I'm going to say that I had picked the Ring of Healing. And again, it's kind of cheesy because I should have picked it from the beginning. But how it works is the Ring of Healing. The ring will restore, only restores 5, not like all your life points. At the start of any turn. But you may not do anything else that turn. You may not increase your life points to more than your starting level. Alright, so I'm going to say I took that. I still might. Yeah, I still don't have a great chance here. But anyway, let's see how many of the stuntlings I off. There's 8 of them. 5 and 3. If I can just off them right now, 8, 9, or 10, that would make me very happy. 4. Okay, that's something at least. But I take 2 damage. I'm down to 3 life. How many are replenished? 1. That's good. Alright, so it becomes, can I roll a 5 or higher to kill all those snotlings? Yes, I have slain all the snotlings. Woohoo! Okay, I got out of that with minimal damage. So yeah, next turn, I'm going to use my Ring of it's still hopeless. But I'm gonna take 1 damage from the vampire and use the Ring of Healing, which gives me 5, so I'm back to 7. However, that's my whole turn. So now next turn I'm down to 6 again and I can move. So I go here and draw a tile. This one, okay, this one doesn't turn in the right direction, unfortunately, to go to the dragon's lair. See that? So you can actually spend a turn searching. You can try to find a secret door. You would draw from the search deck, and you might luck out and find a secret door, but you might not as well. I don't recall what percentage of the deck is secret doors, but it's probably a quarter or less. So it's kind of a, I wouldn't say a Hail Mary, but it's far from guaranteed. There's also a door on the opposite side. It's hard to see because it looks like very, almost looks like the wall, and also, maybe I should just zoom in generally. But yeah, there's a door right here, and you can draw a door card to go through there. Note, it's actually a lot harder than you would think generally to actually make it through a door. You can, the door will be locked or jammed, or it could be a trap. I think like a quarter or a third of the door card is actually the door opens. Ridiculous. Anyway, Let's draw a room card. It is empty. Yay. That's a relief. Okay, next turn, the sun move. Vampire damages me to 5. I could try to search. My other option is to backtrack it this way, which could take a lot of turns. And again, I'm dead. I'm dead regardless. I might just keep playing even when I'm dead, if I don't make it to the treasure, just because I want to show you what it looks like and enjoy drawing the treasure. I'll just give myself another free healing or something. I already know I'm dead. I could search. I could try to open the door. Why don't we try opening the door? So let's do that. Here are the door cards. The door deck is ruthless. More ruthless than it should be. Door jammed shut. I just couldn't open the door. That's my turn. Okay, so the sun moves again. It rises a little more. The vampire hurts me a little more. And I'm going to spend the turn of searching this time. Let's find a secret door. How about you? Hey, look at that. Secret door. See the reference sheet. I'm pretty sure I know how it works. You just kind of walk through a wall. But let me take a look anyway. Let's see. Secret doors. You may immediately move to any adjacent square, not diagonally, just as if you had moved through an exit. If the square is empty, draw a new room tile as normal. If the room you enter has a monster in it, you may not try to escape. Okay, wow, so I guess I go here. Ta-da! I'm at the dragon's lair. And, how does that work now? I think I pretty much know, but I want to read it over in the rules anyway. I think I get 2 treasures unless the dragon wakes up. Entering the treasure chamber. In the center of the board is the treasure chamber, which is guarded by a sleeping dragon. Got a big mosquito in the room that's scarier to me than the sleeping dragon. Do not take a room card on entering the treasure chamber. Instead, take 2 treasure counters out of the cup and put them on the table beside your character sheet. Then the player on your right must shuffle the dragon counters and hold them fanned out face down. I'm just going to pick one from the middle. Blah, blah, blah. If the counter shows a sleeping dragon, all is well and your turn ends. Leave the counter face up on the table. Do not return to the stack. On your next turn, you may either leave the treasure chamber by any exit, or you can stay there drawing 2 more treasure counters and another dragon counter. You carry on doing this each turn until you decide to leave the treasure chamber or you wake the dragon. Remember, because sleeping dragon counters are not returned to the stack, the longer you stay in the treasure chamber, the greater the chance of waking the dragon. You may leave the treasure chamber whenever you wish to, treating it as a normal move. You do not draw any treasure or dragon counters on the turn you leave. The treasure chamber. Okay. Gotta fix the damage here. Alright, that's basically it. But if you draw the dragon, you take, I think, d12 damage. Oh yeah, let me just verify that. When the dragon wakes up, all characters in the treasure chamber, yeah, there could be other characters there too, immediately suffer the consequences as described below. Sorry, above. Yeah, with the player who drew the fire-breathing dragon counter and proceeding clockwise around the table. Blah blah blah. If you draw the fire-breathing dragon counter, you are in big trouble. You lose all your treasure. Return treasure counters to the cup and any treasure cards to their respective decks. You also lose D12 life points to the dragon's fiery breath. If you survive this, you must run away. Move your playing piece out of the treasure chamber to an adjacent square. Excuse me, I'm very tired. Drawing a room tile if the square is empty, but not drawing a room card. Interesting that you would say that. All right. So anyway, here I am. Let's see if the dragon awakes. I'll mix them up. Will be the dragon sleeping, or will he be breathing fire? He's sleeping. Okay. Now I can draw from the treasure hoard here. Just to put it in a cup, it doesn't really matter. 1 and 2. What did I get? I got this bracelet thingy, or bracer, worth 800 gold pieces. And my second treasure is 240 gold pieces. All right. So at least I got to the treasure. I'm not gonna get back home though, unfortunately. So next turn, the sun increases a little bit. I take another damage due to the vampire bite. And I can decide if I want to leave the treasure hoard or pick again. I'm going to pick again, because why not? Let's have fun. I'm going to pick this one right here. Will it be the dragon sleeping or breathing fire? Which one will it show? Sleeping. That sleeping dragon is alive. Now you can do the trick of spending one turn to leave. Then this whole deck resets, I think. I have to verify that though. Then you can go back in. I think that's how it works. But as long as you stay there, you increase the chances of the dragon waking up. Okay, we have, for one treasure, 250 gold pieces. And there are some of them that you have to reference the manual, by the way. Like, I think there's one that's like a 3-piece combination. Like, they're not worth much by themselves, but if you get all 3, they're worth a lot. 400 gold pieces here. I'm just getting basic generic money. Alright. Sun goes up a little more. Vampire's bite affects me. I'm at 2 hit points. We're going for the treasure. I mean, just to be clear, I have no way of getting out because I would be dead by the time I leave. So I'm just gonna, I don't know, enjoy myself. Here we go. What is it? Dragon breathing fire. No, I lose all the treasure and I take D12 damage. So since I only have 2 hit points, I need a 1 to survive it. And again, my death is a foregone conclusion anyway, but it's fun to prolong your life as long as possible. So let's see if I can roll a 1. Will I luck out and get a 1? No, I got a 4. So I am burnt to a crisp by the horrible dragon's fiery breath. And thus ends the story of Sir Rohan the Knight. And I think I've been talking to myself for like the last hour. That's all, folks. Good night. See you next time. Take care.